Are things gonna go alright tonight, or are things gonna be fucky like they've already kind of started off? Good evening, my darling batlings.
We will find out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. This will be my first time trying to run anything emulated on stream since I installed my new GPU, so we'll see how that runs. We're continuing with Transformers Call of the Future tonight, this time running it on the PS2 emulator, because it runs just about perfectly, except for a weird persistent issue where every now and then, during one of the overly long cutscenes of people rambling bullshit at each other, occasionally someone's line will start and then it'll immediately cut to the next line. So it adds a bit of unintentional humor, because it sounds like everyone's, like, decided that someone has talked too much and it's just, okay, you've said enough, it's my turn now. Usually, from my experience from testing out a bit of the opening of the Autobot campaign to see how it runs, it's Wheeljack that gets cut off.
Oh, my boy Jackie.
Yeah, but keep in mind, this is a different take on Wheeljack than what you're used to. It's old coot Wheeljack.
Yeah, you're right. He just sounds more like this.
He just sounds like a guy. Which is how most of the characters in the game sound.
He sounds like a man.
Except for fucking Highbrow.
Except for Highbrow, and of course,
like Inspector Gadget.
And of course, the goat. And of course, the absolute goat, Laserbeak.
Oh my god. I still can't get over that. It's so funny.
Chuck, speaking of Laserbeak, did you see that apparently at San Diego Comic-Con they're going to be releasing a Laserbeak plush that can actually mount on one shoulder?
Oh, dude, I need to get that.
Same here.
JKR wants to get that to use as Cluck for his Eggman cosplay at TFCon.
Yeah.
As a Cybertronian Cluck.
Yeah. And people will yeah, people are going to be like saying it's like, oh, well, you know, why do you have Laserbeak on your shoulder? And I'm like, this is not Laserbeak. No. This is Cluck. And they're like, well, he looks like Laserbeak. He looks, but he's legally distinct. The best kind of distinct. Autobot.
He's legally distinct, which means that he is property of Eggman Enterprises.
Like, honestly, if anything, I might get some patches made of the Eggman Empire emblem and just, like, put them over the Decepticon ones. And just feel like, you know, people will be like, why the hell did you do that?
I just found this little guy just flying around one day, shot it down, and reprogrammed it.
Pretty much.
Shot it down, thought about cooking it, thought about cooking it for dinner, decided not to. Bit too gamey for my taste.
Oh, man.
Anyway, let's switch on over here and
okay.
get the game booted up, which I know which one it is on the list of games in the PCSX2 emulator window, because it's the only one that's written in Japanese.
Yeah, it's like we don't have to speak Japanese, we don't have to read it, we just know that's what it is. It's the only one there.
All right.
Computer Entertainment
presents.
All right, let's hope that it doesn't, blow out my eardrums.
Watch it. It doesn't blow out your eardrums. It blows out our eardrums.
Yeah.
Wow, the analog light sure is going on and off a lot.
Winky Soft.
Yeah, Winky Soft, the original developers of a little series called what? Hold on. Something fucky's going on with the controller.
Uh-oh.
This is a real funky bass line.
Yeah, it's a remix of the
very Transformers.
It's a remix of the 86 movie theme.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did not notice that.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't hear it either. Maybe we have to play it a bit longer.
It's less so like, the same exact song, and more so it samples it and chops it up and remixes it.
Okay, so it's an elevator song. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, sounds about right. PlayStation 2.
But yes, Winkysoft was the developer, was one of the developers for a series that's popular in Japan called Super Robot Wars.
Oh, really?
Yes,
So
they're no longer around.
Those people that make they made those games where it was like Gundam, Mazinger X, and stuff.
Yeah, like all the
like
classic, mecha franchises.
Yeah. This music does not fit Transformers at all.
Well, this song's also a remix of the '86 theme, like Chopped and Screwed.
Chopped and Screwed.
Chopped and Screwed is a specific term that's used when discussing a kind of remixing.
That surprises me, but then again, I'm not big in the whole like how to remix music. I'm just like I listen to covers and everything. But it's just funny to me because I'm like knowing this group, knowing us. Chopped and Screwed just cracks me up.
Yes.
Yeah. But that one that played that remix during the animated opening is more noticeable to be the opening to.
Yeah, the title screen theme mainly samples the bass line from the '86 movie theme.
Mm-hmm.
As well as some of the vocals, but it overlays a new guitar and synth melody over top of it.
Just imagine if they did a remix of The Touch or Dare. I think that would be...
Yeah, but this is the one they could easily get the rights to.
That's true, because it's like actually connected to Transformers and not Steve, why did I say that?
Damn it, Steve! Stan Bush, yeah.
I'll get you away, Steve!
I'll get you away, Steve! If it's the last thing I do! Also, apparently, people have managed to dig up more about this game's pre-release stuff, and it was shown off at trade shows for an intended release in the US. But after it underperformed in Japan, that was canceled.
I mean, to be fair, that's okay, because it's definitely, I don't think it would have survived in the US.
Like, there was an Australian PlayStation 2 magazine that made a joke article about like 2 different Transformers games coming out around the same time, one from Japan and one based on Armada that was made by an Australian studio, coming out around the same time, one being vastly better than the other, and said that it was Australia and Japan declaring war on each other, and Australia winning.
I mean, they technically did, because they got the wider release.
They got the wider release, and they had the better received game.
Uh-huh. I've actually always wanted to play the Armada game, but I never been able to.
It's easy to emulate, thankfully.
Welcome, Red Wing.
It emulates better. Welcome.
Ow, my earballs.
Sadly, we're not going to see much of Laserbeak in this story, but we do get more. I just noticed how overly massive Galvatron's cannon is in that shot.
It looks like a carrot. It looks like a carrot.
It's like they stretched it on one of the axes too much. Like, the CG renders were done by an outside studio that didn't have...
Jack is turning Super Saiyan. Did you see he was in the Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
Optimus got big ol' ears.
Yeah, Optimus has really long antennas in this game.
You know, honestly, I don't mind him being
I'm
a
not
little
against
stylized like that. It's not bad.
No, I mean, I'm kind of used to Prime having that in like a lot of Japanese anime-esque designs that they give him.
I didn't hear a single word JKR said because of how loud
Yeah,
that
this is loud as fuck.
Yeah,
And as we all know, as we all know, fuck is pretty loud.
Get up, you mooks.
It's Chairs and Wheeljack.
Whoa! Finally made it.
Okay, both.
Finally made it.
You call that roller coaster ride a landing?
Now you want to talk about unfitting music? The music during the cutscenes.
I don't like Jazz's voice.
It's
I mean, it's
not
okay.
the worst. Is that?
It's definitely not
yeah.
the worst, but it's definitely not good.
It's not the best.
Yeah, it's not the
Neither
best
is
we've heard,
Wheeljack.
but it. Yeah.
Besides, the shuttle is fine. We can lift off.
Besides.
Jazz.
Yeah.
Autobots and warriors for justice. They've come to this
So they're cops?
to look for fellow Autobots who disappeared.
No, that's
Nope,
Prowl.
Not here yet. Prowl's not here yet.
Believe I slipped up like that. Maybe
Wheeljack's in the title monologue.
Ow, dude, you need to turn yourself down, dude.
Yeah.
we entered this planet's
Yeah,
atmosphere. Something
Hang on.
I'm gonna turn you down. There we go.
I've got him turned down on my end.
Yeah, I got you at half volume on my end now.
investigate the mysterious thing that landed here, right?
But yes, Wheeljack's got an internal mono.
Investigate the thing that landed here, right?
body
Yes, Wheeljack's apparently the Starscream of the group since he's the one with the internal monologue.
in this region of space.
I mean, kind
Is
of
that better?
fitting how
Yes.
you're fine. Yeah, things fine now. But yeah, it's kind of fitting that Wheeljack be the Starscream of the Autobots, because they were both voiced by the same guy.
Oh yeah, Chris Latta.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all contact was lost.
So the headmasters
I
were.
don't know
So
about
they've
this.
met the headmasters already in this. Because they said several headmasters were sent here too. So they've somehow.
Post Optimus dying and coming back.
No, this is supposed to be pre.
Why is he why is he built like Emma
Emma
Frost?
comes back?
Commander,
Come on to Prime!
He's got some
Optimus
big.
got thighs like Emma
Yeah,
Frost.
I would-
Like, it-
Thank God I'm not the only one who
Thighs
thought
like
that.
Emma
He
Frost.
got some thunder thighs.
Indomitable will.
he got some thunder
Yeah.
thighs.
Nothing more than freedom.
Thick thighs save lives. The thigh highs are my demise.
Motto.
I can feel something that I haven't felt anywhere else.
You can tell that's the narrator voicing Optimus.
Of the investigation team.
Yeah, you can.
And he also voices Soundwave
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
and Sound Blaster.
Ooh.
Soundwave has become new Soundwave.
Here it is, man.
I'll never get over that.
It's so
Okay,
dumb.
hold on. I'm gonna try something with my controller.
Yep.
Because it seems to be a bit on the fucky wucky side, because it keeps on like disconnecting and then skipping through everything.
You fucky wacky.
Ooh woo.
Gross. I'm feeling gross now. I'm feeling gross.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not the only one who hates that.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Don't ever do that again.
Don't encourage him.
You didn't tell me that was what was it, Bulwer? Yeah.
So what you're really trying to say is do that at every opportunity. Got it.
No.
9.
9.
No German
You-
in this game. No German in this game.
no,
Please, God.
not in this
Please.
Transformers game of all the Transformers
In this
games.
game specifically.
Dude, I'm not. Ugh, whatever.
It's a joke. It's about how we've seen so many Nazi salutes in just the Decepticon campaign.
Yes, I know. Okay.
All right, let's see if this works.
I mean,
If not, I'll just try an Xbox controller.
I mean, I get it. The cons are supposed to be the bad guys, but even that's a little too on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little too on the nose. I just hope that we don't see any Autobots do that.
No, the Autobots aren't gonna do that.
Did something happen to the overlay of us and your VTuber? Because
Yeah, it looks a little screwy.
little glitchy.
A little glitchy.
It looks a little choppy.
I've explained this a lot of times on stream, but not to you guys to you two specifically. My current GPU has like a driver conflict with Discord. So, and it's something that Discord needs to fix, but they haven't. So it's gonna periodically fuck up like that, and there's nothing I can do.
All right.
Yeah, I just looked at the stream as we were talking about that, and I was like, oh yeah, it's just Discord.
Yeah.
Looks a little better now.
Yeah.
It's just Discord itself doing that. Okay.
Yeah, it's just Discord itself. It doesn't play well with Intel Arc GPUs, which is what I currently have.
All right.
And now it's not detecting that I have a controller physically plugged into the computer. God damn it. I think I might have to remap this. I knew we were going to have technical difficulties as soon as I pressed the command for switching to my stream's starting playlist, and it just didn't start playing the music for like 5 seconds.
Out of here.
Oh boy.
Rerun there.
Yes, but in the meantime,
Yeah, exactly.
I think what everybody here could use is an extra life. I think they could use a little extra life. Which is why you should donate to Extra Life via the Eggman of Chicagoland for Lurie Children's Hospital here in Chicago.
All right. I want to tell you something.
Yeah?
So you know how I am also doing that medication
Yeah?
for weight loss? You want to hear how much I have to pay?
How much?
$30 a month.
Oh, wow.
Not too bad.
It's not bad at all.
My insurance is really good.
Nice.
When all else fails, break out the Xbox controller.
So far, haven't had any bad reactions, so we're upping the dose a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, we're rooting for you, dude.
I mean, I'm not bad, but like I try.
I actually just changed the bike, the tires on my bike today, so I'm gonna exercise after work every day.
All right.
So
Yeah, I need to
Hopefully
get
I
my
can-
ass back. I need to get my ass back out there and be working my ass out again. But the problem is, I'm busy with classes, and plus I'm like, I've been, it's been too fucking hot. Let's just say that.
yeah,
I was about to
Fair
say,
enough.
Ari, is it blistering hot where you are as well? Because I know you're also.
Yes, it is. It's been in like the low to mid 90s here.
It was 108 by me today.
yeah, same here.
Oh,
it
shit.
was. It's.
It is bad.
Well, like I'm over by a lake and it's really humid and it feels. It feels.
I'm
like
on an
20
island. How do you
degrees
think
hotter.
I feel?
Yeah, it feels really bad.
Yeah.
I live on an island.
I
mean,
know.
it's bad enough that like my city is technically a lake city, but it's like I don't live near the lake. But
I live
course, I-
literally 100 feet away from the lake. So
my AC go any lower?
the fuck did you say, Red?
Why can't my AC go any lower? Why is it saying 70?
Why don't you turn it down?
I am. It keeps going back up.
you're such a
My
jerk.
AC is
It's working against me.
my AC is currently set at 68.
I've got mine set at 69 because funny number.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, usually I have it down to like 62, but I was like, that's too fucking cold.
Why are you saying 70?
Oh, I forgot to change the language to English. Otherwise, we're going to see a whole bunch of Japanese I won't be able to read. Because Duolingo is not good for learning Japanese.
Especially ever since the whole AI thing.
Even before.
Even before it wasn't great.
Like Mori Calliope from Hololive, who is bilingual and lives in Japan, tried doing a Duolingo Japanese stream just to, like, you know, teach her audience some Japanese, and she was like, oh, no, this is not how anyone should learn Japanese.
Yeah, you're better off learning from someone who actually does speak it.
Yeah.
There's an app that my sister uses that like uses actual footage of people speaking it, like not.
Give me its name and how much it costs.
I can't remember.
I can ask her.
Ask her real quick. She's currently using it to learn Italian. So.
Babada-boopy. Babada-boopy, babada-beebada-babada-babada.
Peter, you have a mustache.
Bop-a-beepy, babada-boopity-beepy. I had a I have
0.0000011% of your DNA.
Gotcha.
I'll have you know that I'll have you know that 0.2%. Thank you very much.
Besides,
I think mine's.
That's a different number than you gave me last time, dude.
No.
That number last time.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I've heard Ari say that he has been like 0.2%, like what, 0.02 or 0.2?
It's 0.2.
Can't remember. 0.2, gotcha. Yeah, you've been saying that for the longest time. Never once have you ever changed it.
maybe I'm getting old. No, I felt something when we entered this planet's atmosphere. Something strange, but I'm not feeling anything now.
You know what? That's relatable, Wheeljack. I haven't felt that. I can relate to Wheeljack. I haven't felt anything in a while either.
Yeah, same.
Is an unidentified body.
Oh yeah, this is mine.
Appeared along with a space-time warp signature in this region of space several days ago.
In this region of space.
Ordered an investigation and dispatched.
Okay, it is.
Including several.
Mine is.
But the team.
You know, this guy sounds like he does like employee training videos.
He probably does. A lot of these Japanese like English voice actors that are based in Japan do stuff like training videos, tutorials, GPS voices.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my DNA. I am 41% Italian.
It feels weird to hear anyone refer to Optimus Prime as Commander.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird, but technically he's not that in Japan for some reason. I guess.
I mean, technically Prime in this context would basically be a commander rank. So it makes sense. It's just weird to, like, you know, English speakers that are familiar with specific terminology.
Yeah, and this is technically before they like made it like.
Yeah, this is way before they made the primes like this whole like mythical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this time, it was still basically just like a
rank.
Like a rank. Yeah.
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 No mistake about it. It's an SOS signal.
Wow, his mouth plate moves all.
In one cartoon, he still was the supreme leader of the Autobots, though.
You can see the
Yeah.
Matrix through the windows on his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a cool detail.
That's actually a cool design detail.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's check the signal out together.
I've always argued, like, since the Earthrise days, I've argued that, like, you know, people are like, why does the Earthrise Optimus Prime have wheels on his ass? In robot mode, I'm like, it's because he's based on this game.
Except that the wheels are on his thighs in this version.
It's close enough.
It's close enough, though.
This Optimus got thunder thighs, and the Earthrise Optimus got
No,
dump truck.
it's based on the
wheels on his ass.
Like I said, the CG cutscenes and stills were done by an outside studio using different reference models. So they look different between like the pre-rendered scenes, the loading screens, and the in-game graphics.
I feel like we should censor his blue crotch because it looks very with the thighs. It looks
giant thighs, teeny weeny.
It looks like he's wearing a Speedo or he's just rocking with his cock out.
It's not just a they kept the mass shifting.
Let me handle this. Take this.
Ah, yes, nothing like talking to yourself.
I do that every day.
He's just got the stereotypical DJ vinyl scratch going on in the background.
Listen to me, Optimus Prime. You fell into our trap all too easily, Optimus Prime.
Oh, I missed that.
Still sounds like he's trying to take a shit.
It does.
Oh boy, here, get ready to see those lips.
Jesus Christ, he looks like a K-pop idol.
Why'd they give him like humanoid teeth?
Does he have? Why does he have? Why does he have the first edition of Sonic's teeth?
Like he's got the DSLs, but he's also got those teeth.
He's also got a giant fucking forehead.
Yeah.
This game has some of the most cursed Transformer imagery ever.
Yep.
He still looks like a thumb.
Also, and like in his CG model specifically, like the gun barrel on his shoulder is like massive.
This face is better. This face is better.
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah, the studio that did the CG work for like pre-rendered cutscenes and loading screens and like box art material is called Studio Ox, and they've done work on other stuff that I can't name.
Oh. No, I recognize that name for those designs.
Yeah. Little did we know this would be the inspiration for that new MPG Optimus Prime.
The head doesn't actually look bad there. It actually looks pretty cool.
The head actually does look like like this.
It looks pretty cool.
That's why they didn't release it as part. That's why they didn't call it Optimus Prime 4.0. It's because it's based on the absolute classic Call of the Future. You joke about that, but
oh Christ, we already started with that.
We started with a group pile.
We started with a hail.
Also, I think there were like 2 ramjets in that shot.
Hey, it was like 2 ramjets, 2 dirges, or something.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't have time to deal with Soundwave. Our shuttle is under attack. We've got to do something.
Yeah, since we were talking over the dialogue, they were lured out here by a distress beacon just so they would be away from their shuttle, so the Decepticons could go in and wreck the shuttle. So now they've got to go back to the shuttle.
I guess you're right. Okay, let's do it.
This is probably the most harebrained scheme that the Decepticons have had, and I'm all for it. Yeah, do you not know what a vine boom is?
I've heard that sound, but I was like, why the hell is he doing it?
Because you're not doing it.
Because I have it on my soundboard. Alright, I'll stop.
Yeah, when you look at
It's cool.
yeah, he looks cool in these still shots.
Also, yeah, you can see
yeah.
Our shuttle has been
he's got a tire booty.
We must hurry back.
But yeah, Ari, I think after stream we need to subject Red to the same thing that you subjected me and Chuck to.
The Azure Guardian says, I don't think these are even the voices from the show. They're not. These are Japan-based English voice actors. Mostly voice
They got the janitor who just happened to speak English.
Well,
Yep.
a lot of them have some pretty prolific voice work. It's just, you'll recognize a lot of them from either Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Resident Evil 1, or Mega Man X7.
So, you've shown yourself.
Also, what do I subject you and Chuck to, JKR?
Ari subjected Chuck and myself to something, and I'm telling Ari, it's like we should.
Oh yeah, the instructional video. Oh, we're already into the JoJo kicking. I didn't even mean to trigger that, and I still don't know how I keep doing it. It was an instructional video on comedic timing.
Okay. Yeah, I got a giggle. It worked.
Like Azure Guardian, just to ask, because I know that the person in question changes their name a lot. Are you my cousin? So I know if it's you.
I mean, everyone's got one of those.
Because if you are the cousin in question, then I'll be able to recognize it's you because you change your username a lot. No, you are not. Oh, you're a different guy who is using an Azure themed username. Then just a complete coincidence. Sorry. These are not the voices from the original show because this was developed entirely in Japan and only released in Japan. It was planned for an international release. Yours is .hack based. I love to hear that because I am a fan of .hack. My old username before I became a VTuber was based on... Oh god, what happened to the graphics? Help!
Azure Guardian, just out of curiosity, I've got a question for you. Is your Discord username Azure Striker?
That's what I'm asking, and he just deconfirmed that.
Oh, well, that's your cousin. My bad.
Yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, the graphics just broke.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
We'll make it through the first level eventually.
Why is the Autobot cursed? God was like, you gotta sit through the Sieg Heils. Nothing else.
I have 2 hours of playtime racked up on this in PCSX2, and none of that is from actually being able to play through it, apparently. You know what? I think I might have an inkling of an idea of how to fix this. I might just have to change what renderer it's using. Because apparently, unlike every other emulator I've used, when you set it to anything other than what if an Azure Knight variant of Kubia, I love to hear that. I'm more familiar with the GU. I was going to say trilogy, but it's technically a quadrilogy now, thanks to the HD collection adding a new chapter. Still hoping in vain for remasters of the original quadrilogy, even though I highly doubt that's going to happen at this rate.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. We have to start the game again because
Missed nothing.
I
Oh
can
god,
see.
Discord's freaking out. Discord's
What
freaking
happened?
out. You're frozen.
Nobody's frozen. Well, just kind of. It's whatever. He's fine. He's fine.
he's
The
fine.
game.
Yeah,
He's fine.
For me, it's not fine.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, try. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again, Red?
Okay, hold on. Let me disconnect and rejoin.
Hello, IT. Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
Ma'am, please calm down. Your CD tray is not a cup holder. I cannot help you clear your browser cache. No, I am not in India. That's one of my favorite bits from Homestar Runner.
Oh god.
What?
Are you having a problem buying a home or something?
It's been a while since I've
Right,
watched
no more.
Hi there, Belindas. I'm Sonora Card Gauge from Sonora Card Gauge Mortgage. We can help you get a leg up on the pile. Low rates, percent signs, I don't know.
Bad credit?
No probalo. Home lawn, escrow, refinancing, you name it, we got it. Come along down for a free...
Sonora Card Gauge.
Yes, Sonora Card Gauge.
Fucking confused.
We need to set... You should have been there for my Internet Nostalgia Night stream a couple weekends ago. You would have caught my brain rot, just like I spread it to the other people that were present. It was...
I've had that brain rot since I was a kid, so...
It was one of the streams ever. I sang karaoke of the entire Super Ghostbusters album.
Yeah, so my ears still have not recovered.
And we watched some home.
He will not help.
We watched some Strong Bad Emails, and we watched some Clay World. And I introduced a new brainworm to several people that were present for that stream, which is macaroni, 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 macaroni. Put the cheese in the noodles, and what do you get?
I'm gonna have that stuck in my head for a week now.
You're welcome. You knew what you were signing up for.
You're right.
I can't
Hilarious.
remember.
The dot hack.
Well,
Dot hack XXXX manga gave a humanoid PC body for Kubiya, and the design for my PFP and avatar is largely based on his outfit, just pretty much recolored. But then I ran with, what if there was an Azure Knight equivalent to Kubiya above the Azure Knights that's basically an absolute last line of defense? Love that idea. I love when people get creative with dot hack lore, because it's not like we're getting anything new out of it anytime soon.
Bro, breathe.
It was a long message. Also, you're playing to debut as a PNG tuber, I see. I would love to see what your model eventually looks like.
Can I just talk about for how excited I am for the Superman movie? I'm so stoked for that.
My mom saw the trailer, saw an ad for that when we were watching Dragon Ball Z Kai on Hulu, and she was surprised that they still make Superman movies. Hey, thanks for the raid, Kier! How'd your stream go?
Here VTuber raided my stream with 1 viewers.
Now let's hope the graphics don't have a stroke this time.
Yeah.
If not, then I'm out of options.
Nice, a horse.
Hey, Firo.
Hey, Pharaoh.
The invisible wall seems to have disappeared.
I didn't see no invisible wall.
That wall, unless we take...
Of course you didn't. It's invisible.
All right, let's move on.
Well, now Discord's screwing me.
Well, that's... I don't know what to tell you.
Problem.
sounds like a skill issue.
Thank you for
moving again.
Thank you for calling the internet. May I have your credit card and identity theft, please? That's another home. That's a
metal pipes.
That's another Homestar Runner ism from the same Strong Bad email, the one about ISPs.
Two dirges, one thrust.
Well, that's what surveys.
Seems like it's hot everywhere right now, Kier. Almost like there's some sort of global phenomena going on that is causing temperatures to gradually rise every year that we could have and should have put a stop to decades ago, but chose not to.
The question is, what is a phenomena?
Phenomena. Do 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 do. I don't want to get copyright claimed by Disney. Because they seem to think that they own Phenomena, even though they definitionally do not, because they were not the originators of that song. Not even the Muppets were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It debuted in an Italian documentary about sex in Sweden. Yeah, look it up.
What?
It debuted in an Italian documentary about, like, prostitution and public bathhouses and stuff in Sweden. You can see the scene that's from on YouTube, which just covers, like, it plays while you see, like, some women going into a sauna.
Interesting.
Because Italian documentaries have been, at the time, were very wild. In very good and bad ways. Oh yeah, I know about the disturbed phenomena.
Do you know about the Muppet Theater in Disney World closing?
Yes.
For Monsters, Inc.? I'm very sad.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time that an attraction at a Disney park closed down and was replaced with a Monsters, Inc. version, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't much, but it's disappointing that it happened twice.
It's sad that it happened twice.
Yeah, the first time was for what is universally regarded as the worst ride that Disney Park has ever had, which was the Superstar Limo at California Adventure.
I mean, the Muppets aren't going away. They're just replacing Rock and Roller Coaster.
Am I stuck in purgatory? Because it's not transitioning me to the next area.
Why is his waist so thin?
I think I'm stuck in purgatory. This is the level that doesn't end.
Probably shouldn't sing that one either.
I mean, Disney doesn't own it. Was the estate of Sherry Lewis going to sue me? Which I would gladly do, because it means if I go, I would take it all the way to court just to meet Lamb Chop.
That'd be hilarious.
What about Lamar?
That's petty.
What about Lamal?
I can barely remember anything.
Broken?
It's broken again, yeah. This has a 4-star compatibility rating from the community, but apparently that's not true.
Sounds like it's one of those memes that they did.
It's not, though, because they don't do shitpost compatibility ratings.
Huh. I said it sounded like... I didn't say it was, it just sounded like that.
Well, that was fun. Who's up for Chinese?
I could go for some Chinese. All I have is pizza.
Who wants chowder?
That's...
I'm sorry, what?
It's from Family Guy. The scene where they all drink a bottle of Ipecac and then see how long they can go without puking. And then Lois, like, they all start puking and puking onto each other and puking onto the floor and the furniture. And then Lois comes in and says, "Who wants chowder?" And then they all puke in unison.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
That was
I
like
just
one
had
of the
to-
first Family Guy clips I've ever found.
I tried changing the graphic renderer. Let's see if that fixes anything. If not, then I don't know what we're gonna do for the rest of the night.
I mean, we could just watch stuff.
I don't have anything queued up for us to watch, and
Call the ball.
all right. How many takes has this been? I would say take 2, but this is like take 17.
This is like,
that sounds right.
Actually, like take 5. Stop going to 70, you goddamn AC unit.
Hey, Dad. Does the league grade these?
All right, do you have it set to automatic?
Yes.
No.
League grade?
Okay.
Wait, depends on what you're talking about. The graphics render or the AC?
I'm talking about the AC. If you have
Oh.
it set to automatic, it will automatically adjust to whatever it feels needs to be done.
No, like I change it to like, and it's like I change. It's like all right, 61, and then like 2 seconds later, 70.
Are you sure that it's not set to auto?
This.
Have you tried smacking it until it works?
Do you know how expensive AC units are? Hell no.
No, because I've never bought one. Every place I've lived in has had one already.
Like inbuilt?
Yes.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ari's the lucky one. We have to fucking, take our ACs in and out. Talk about to a fucking window that makes sure they don't actually fall out the damn window.
Well, you also
Actually
live in a
happened with
house
my
that's
upstairs
like
neighbor.
older than us and our parents and our grandparents.
That happened with my upstairs neighbor. We were just chilling, all of a sudden we hear crash outside our window, and we see like there's just an AC unit in the dirt.
Now, when we say AC,
72.
when we say AC, we gotta be more specific. We could be talking about air conditioning. We could be talking about armored core.
alternating
We could be
current.
talking about alternating current. We could be talking about Assassin's Creed. We could be talking about Animal Crossing.
Unbelievable! Are you kidding me? What the fuck, PCA?
Dare I ask?
My uncle's freaking out because the Cubs are sucking.
So, standard procedure for the Cubs?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not even arguing with you, dude.
Oh, jeez.
We have been doing pretty good recently. We also have kind of sucked just as bad as
You
normal.
lost against the Mets recently, so yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Honestly, I'm not even from Chicago. I'm from Seattle.
Neither. I'm not from Chicago either. You won't hear me bragging about it.
Go from 61 to 75.
I just don't care. I find
Why
it
is it going
hilarious.
up?
Red, calm yourself, young Jedi.
I run like a furnace, and in this heat, I could die.
Have you tried turning on a fan?
Have you tried locking yourself in a freezer?
Why are you going to 77 now?
Have you tried covering yourself in dry ice?
I don't want frostbite.
Yeah, but then you won't be hot anymore.
But I also won't have any limbs.
Not with that attitude, you won't.
Okay, Hero!
I am not in a good mood right now.
I can tell.
My air conditioner is pissing me off.
I mean, you're a New Yorker, so it's wrong for you to not be in a state of You're a New Yorker and Italian. It would be wrong if you weren't pissed off.
Oh, I get pissed very easily.
I can vouch for that.
Honestly, I feel you there, Red. When I was about I was not as calm and collected as I am now.
Firo says, hey, we could be distantly related for all I know then. I mean, technically everyone's distantly related if you think about it way too far, if you think about way too hard, which has all sorts of unfortunate implications.
Please don't put that idea in my head, Ari.
You know that's not the you know that is by far not the most cursed thing that I've made you think about.
Cousin!
Cousin!
But still!
Jakiel, you are my Ohana.
Anyway, time to kick the shit out of my boy. Sadly, we don't have a giant fuck-off blast to deal with ranged attacks, but we do have the axe.
Better than nothing. I am going to destroy this thing.
Use your aggressive feelings, Red. The hate is swelling in you now.
I might actually turn to the dark side. I am getting so frustrated.
I've come.
What the fuck?
I freaking love that sound effect.
I'm about literally like 5 minutes away from that if this thing doesn't start working. Where's the control? Where's the remote? Try that.
Can we appreciate the attention to detail that Optimus Prime's trailer comes out of fucking nowhere when he transforms?
There's like fan theories that it just goes into like a pocket dimension or something like that.
Yeah, that seems to be.
Also, can we appreciate how Optimus Prime's vehicle mode in this game looks more like a toy than anything in the toy-based TV show did?
It literally looks like that deluxe Robot Wars Optimus from like the early 2000s.
Well, this is from the early 2000s.
Yeah, so maybe that toy was based off of this.
Or the other way around.
Or the other way around, yeah. For sure.
But yeah, it's kind of funny when you mentioned the AC earlier. When I said that, it's funny when Red mentioned it's like an AC fell out of his upstairs neighbor's window. I'm thinking like, yeah, that actually happened to me once. Except it was me who dropped the AC out of the damn window.
What?
More of the Decepticons' handiwork.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset. Why are you going from 73 to 75 now? Why are you going up?
Hold on, Optimus has figured out the secret to getting through a minefield. Shoot the mines.
Do you think it would be that easy?
Yeah, because that's so smart.
I mean, shoot the mines and let them all blow up in your face, so that way you have a clear path after that.
Mission orders: break through the minefield within the time limit, because there's always a time limit.
Fucking time limit, yep.
But unlike Megatron, we have wheels.
My grandmother is looking for poop on the ground.
We have wheels, and we could just drive through this.
You were saying, Ari?
We can still just drive through this. I never said I was good at driving, except for all the times I have.
As you immediately crash into 5 mines.
Okay, I didn't crash into 5 mines. The mines bounced me around into other mines.
Again, as you crash into another mine.
And you see, I made it through in time.
It's not my fault. It was in my way.
Not my fault. Someone put a mine in my way.
I'm like above 70.
Your video, Ari, your video game driving is about as good as my IRL driving. I'll just say that.
I wouldn't say
Driving, Jesus.
I wouldn't say that mud. I wouldn't say it's that bad. I mean, Optimus is still standing. Optimus didn't get totaled.
Hey, Red. I think that your AC unit is talking.
I'm stupid! I'm stupid!
I love using those sounds. I love using those sounds. They're so much fun.
So I'm not too familiar with the animation models for the cone heads. Do they usually have VTOL wings sticking off of their legs in robot mode?
That is only thrust.
That's only That's only thrust.
That's only
Thrust
thrust.
is the only one that has like the VTOL, but they do have their wings like sticking off the sides of their legs.
Yeah, because they were the only ones that had like really unique wing styles.
Yeah.
So, but like the regular Seekers, Starscream.
The Decepticons must be waiting for us. Hurry up. But don't
Like for some reason, they decided like in season 2 to just kind of give up on unique designs and design every single new toy character just like they look as toys. It's the reason why Hoist looks nothing like Trailbreaker.
So who's our other generic goon that we have here besides the Coneheads? That's one of the clones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But which one is it?
It might be
Either or. Same. Honestly, they look the same.
They look the same, but they have different alt modes. Is their whole gimmick?
Yeah, they do.
So technically,
Technically,
it could be both.
It could be.
It could be, but we could be fighting both of them at once, and we just don't know because enemies never transform.
Schrodinger's pod.
Oh no, they found out the power of the kick too.
Beautiful children together.
They found out that kicking is the best strategy in this game too.
What's the matter, Red? You don't like the German accent?
Not in this game.
Oh, come on.
Okay, hold on. We got some Insecticons now. The same one.
Bombshells.
Yeah, 3 bombshells.
It's all bombshell, yeah.
And one of them could just be a
Or hard shell, technically.
Well, bombshell at this point in the naming scheme.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that Bombshell currently has his name back, so he's not called
Yeah, in Legacy.
Anymore, so.
Yeah, in Legacy, didn't he get his name back?
Bombshell.
Yeah.
It took them until like it took them a while to figure out that like for most of these problematic character names that are hard to trademark, you can just put Decepticon or Autobot or Insecticon or whatever in front of their name, and that counts.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like Iron
Because
Fist,
they're technically
that's
just
straight up
words.
character.
Yeah. They're not really names, they're just words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Which means if we do eventually complete the triple changer lineup by getting a new Octane, they could just call him Decepticon Octane.
Dude,
right.
I want them to make one right now, dude. I so badly want one.
It's like the only one that they haven't made yet, right? Out of the Decepticon ones.
No, they made one in.
I mean out of like post recently, not from a decade ago.
Oh, Siege.
Like Siege onwards when they started getting good.
Again, yes,
yes.
Because I mean, previous to 2013, they were still pretty good.
Yeah,
like the Thrilling 30 was really good.
Well, I mean, Octane unfortunately was not as lucky though. Some pretty shitty figures this generation 1.
I mean, to be fair, Combiner Wars had a couple of good figures, like the Ultra Magnus, the
ones that weren't combiners. Yes,
the Megatron. was okay. I wouldn't say it was perfect. It was definitely an okay take.
The best figures in Combiner Wars were the ones.
Y'all are.
The best ones in Combiner Wars were the ones that weren't combiners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that every single deluxe had to be a combiner limb. It just completely turned me off from collecting at that time. I actually saved a lot of money back then. I don't know where it all went though. Oh, that's right. I actually quit my job during that time because I was having too many seizures, so I didn't make any money at all. Yeah, this was before my brain surgery.
Okay.
Yes.
Shit, now I'm on the receiving end of the fuck off blast. How am I supposed to counter that? It holds too.
These controls?
With tank controls? When this is your top running speed?
Yeah, no, you're fucked.
Get the fuck back here, Megatron. No. Fuck you, no.
Yes.
I mean, granted, that is an incredibly Megatron thing to do, but no.
That high kick. That high kick, dude. Oh, wow. He's got his laser axe. I didn't even see that before.
I used it a lot during the Soundwave fight.
You finally hit him, but you are almost dead.
Yes, because his fuck off blast takes off like a third of my health.
Dagnabbit. Damn it, Bobby.
Quick, let's all gang up on the old man.
That boy ain't right, I'll tell you what.
Jesus.
So what do you think about Hank Hill being in Fortnite now?
I think it's funny as hell.
I think it's very funny that we have like 3 cartoon dads that we all grew up with. That
Peter
Peter
Griffin,
Hank Hill, Bob Belcher, and Cleveland Brown. Yeah.
My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be.
You know why?
Actually, the giant chicken's a dad too.
Yeah, he is. You know why they added Bob, Cleveland, and Hank all at the same time, right?
Because of Father's Day?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
My body isn't responding normally.
What? He didn't finish the sentence.
Like I said, pre-stream, part of the many emulation issues with this game is that it sometimes skips over dialogue, which kind of makes it funnier because it sounds like people are like, "No, shut the fuck up."
That does make it funnier. Which is just like, I'm done with this shit.
What?
What? Scrap your red. He almost went Long John Baldry there.
Yeah.
Scrap your red hide.
Let's go inside.
Oh, we have no what,
bro? That's
just a freaking Ark. It's not a shuttle.
It's not the Ark. It is a different shuttle that happens to look exactly like the Ark.
Crashed into the side of Mount St. Hilary. Yeah. Which makes me almost think that this was meant to be an entirely different game at one point.
It probably was.
Probably.
We don't know much about its development other than they planned on releasing it in the West, but after it underperformed in Japan, they just said, nah.
Wasn't it, Commander? I didn't expect to find them on this planet as well. Wheeljack.
Hank gonna bring the propane and the propane accessories.
They should have some information about the unidentified.
It's kind of weird that that in 1984, when Transformers came out, it was like around the same time that Mount St. Helens exploded. I think that's why they decided to call it Mount St. Hilary.
Probably.
And set it in Oregon instead of Washington State, which is where Mount St. Helens actually is.
Speaking of very
childbirthing hips.
Speaking of he's distracted by Optimus Prime's thunder thighs and massive hips.
Impossible? What do you mean, Wheeljack?
Commander, I thought something was up, so I did a little investigating.
I'm gonna say
You
something.
don't normally
I don't
have
like King of the
thunder
Hill.
thighs. You're an imposter.
Only affect transformers emanating from the sun here.
You're not a real Optimus Prime. You don't even have an official rub sign.
His voice, Wheeljack's voice is so bad.
It really is.
Like it's
Just-
not enjoyable. It's not even enjoyable, and it's so bad it's good. It's just
Just Wheeljack has a bad voice.
Magnetic waves. So only a tiny fraction are reaching at the surface.
I have thought about doing a fan dub of this game with like more accurate voices, but I would have to record so much footage of this because you have to do 2 whole playthroughs to get all the character unlock cutscenes.
I mean,
of each campaign
right now.
Yeah, but when
he's not doing. He's just doing the campaign. He's just doing the main story.
Well, no, I'm saying like I can't rip it from this because if I use the emulator, there's that bug where it skips over lines of dialogue, which means that footage will be unusable for fan dub purposes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
As long as we have our belief in justice, we will fight.
You always just do what Snapcube does and just find.
Yeah, but I don't like using other people's footage. I like recording my own.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
On this planet. What do you think? Of course, he set conditions. We have to get rid of the Decepticons first.
Tell him that on behalf of the Autobots, I express gratitude.
Tell him that. I can't do my Optimus right now.
Tell him. Did he just dab?
He dabbed before dabbing was a thing.
So the Decepticons were not behind the flying object.
Keep in mind, G1 Optimus Prime didn't sound like as bassy as like later in life Peter Cullen Optimus Prime did. He sounded a lot.
He actually sounded more like John Wayne, honestly.
Yeah,
like he really did.
Like if you listen,
based it off of that.
Yeah, he based it off of his brother, but
yeah,
he based it off his brother.
But like if you listen to early Gary Chalk Optimus portrayals, he sounds a lot like young Peter Cullen did.
Yeah, he did. You're right.
Yeah,
like as Optimus Primal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, he kind of kept that through Armada too.
Yeah.
Like it's really in like halfway through Energon and then all the way through Cybertron where he really kind of does his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in 2001 we got, who was it, Neil Kaplan doing a Gary Chalk impression.
Yeah.
Not doing a Peter Cullen impression.
It's
I never said a good one. I'm saying he did one.
Okay.
I mean, honestly,
to be fair, it's better than Jake Fushi. I will.
Yes, because he's not because he's an actual voice actor, not a guy off of Vine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jake Fushi is the worst thing that ever happened to Transformers.
I can think of
the fact is like,
yeah, that's a bold claim to make when KISS players exists.
Yeah, that is bold.
I meant voice acting wise.
Still, that's bold.
Here's my thing. It's weird because like I like Jake Fushi's Optimus in Cyberverse because I think that fit there, but I just don't care for it in the War for Cybertron trilogy. I think
because everyone sounded like shit in the War for Cybertron trilogy.
They didn't know how to write. They wrote everyone the same way, dark, depressed, and just wanting to just
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's too.
They are in a war.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, it's to the point where when there are attempts at humor, you're like, wait, was that a joke? I can't tell because everything's delivered the same way.
Yeah, like the only part that kind of made me chuckle is when Wheeljack brought Bumblebee back to the base, and they're all like, "Who's this? This is Bumblebee. He's a giant pain in the ass."
You want to know the
you know what an ass is?
You want to know the only part that made me laugh, and it wasn't even something that was supposed to make you laugh?
What?
The like haunting vision of the core of like the ghost of Ultra Magnus T-posing to assert dominance.
Yes. That was actually like
I forgot about that.
Like, what's the scariest thing that the ghost of his dead brother in arms can do? T-pose!
Wasn't that like the Allspark taking on his form though?
Yes, and it's dumber in context.
It really is.
What are you thinking?
Okay.
Like, I genuinely believe that anyone at Rooster Teeth should,
steps.
That was the day of that space-time discontinuity.
like, I don't know. Rooster Teeth just, I don't think that they know enough about Transformers lore to competently write something.
Well, they weren't the writers for it.
What?
They weren't the writing staff for it.
At first, I thought it was
The writer was the same person who wrote the Prime Wars trilogy.
Yeah,
That explains a lot.
That explains a lot because the Prime Wars trilogy, like, they used a ton of surface level information and wrote a story, and it wasn't good.
Thing is probably some kind of new Decepticon weapon, right? When it appeared, the space around it seemed to become
I remember when the Prime Wars trilogy was coming out, it was a pain in the rear end to find any of those episodes for me.
Because they were spread across like multiple different services.
Yeah.
All of which have since gone under.
Yeah.
And then they also
think
got YouTubers to voice some characters.
I think
And then, like-
Red was one of them, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, YouTube Premium, I think.
It was most of it was on a Verizon owned streaming service that was around for like a year or so called Go90.
Yeah. Yeah, I just pirated it. I just sailed the 7 seas.
Like, they got YouTubers, they got Samoa Joe, they got Jason David Frank, Will Wheaton.
They got Matt Pat to voice Computron. Like, that's great.
That sounds like a shit post, but they did it unironically.
They did it, and I'm like, I was kind of on board for it.
Didn't they get Samoa Joe to voice Predaking?
Yeah, they did.
And they got Jason David Frank to voice Cerebro.
Emissary. Yeah, technically he was Emissary, but yeah.
Cerebros?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, technically Spike. You know, in a way, it was technically Spike because it was like the figure is the head of. And it's stupid because the way it worked in that show was like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, the Titan Master is not actually like a component of the Titan, which is weird.
They kind of retconned that in Japanese G1 though, and I think that they were kind of going with that logic. Really, the only ones that were the Headmaster Juniors and Power Masters.
Not to be confused with the Powered Masters. God, I hate the Japanese terminology sometimes.
Still having disagreements with your AC, Red?
Nah, I'm just accepting it.
You've reached the final stage of the 5 stages of grief.
No, I'm at I don't give a fuck. I'm at that stage. I'm not accepting it. I'm just like, I don't fucking care anymore.
It's apathy. Yeah.
The often forgotten 5th and a half stage of grief. Apathy.
Excuse me.
No, not beep. Apathy.
He did say beep.
I burped saying beep.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why I'd do that.
Anyway, don't expect any variation in levels between campaigns, because everyone goes through the same levels in the same order. So we're back at the wind farm.
Lovely.
Okay, let's save the wind power plant from the Decepticons. I expect there will be some Decepticons.
Okay, let's save the wind power farm from the Decepticons.
Autobots, forward.
The battle begins.
Little did we know that all the way back in 2003, they were trying to phase out Autobots transform and roll out. Autobots, forward. It just doesn't hit the same.
It
doesn't
not hit
sound
the same.
right.
It's like how they don't say transform and roll out now because they don't want the word transform to be used in any Transformers media now. So they just say, like, roll out. Because the official terminology now, instead of transform, is convert. And convert and roll out doesn't sound good.
No.
Transform is literally in the name. What's wrong with having it being said?
It's because it's out of fear.
Marketing logos are dumb.
It's out of fear of genericizing the term transformer, which would mean that they wouldn't be able to copyright the name of the franchise anymore. It's like how it's like what happened to like Kleenex becoming the go-to term for facial tissues, or Q-tip being the go-to term for cotton swabs.
I mean, okay, but people do that anyway.
Yes,
Transformers.
Yes, and I never said it was a good reason. I'm saying that is the reason.
Yeah.
It's a bullshit byproduct of like US trademark law. Like, if you don't really go out of your way to protect your exclusive use of your trademark to the point where nobody in the English language can possibly think of it as anything else, then you lose the exclusive trademark names to your trademark.
Okay.
Or at least that's how it's supposed. At least that's how it's supposed to work. I can't think of any instances of that ever actually happening.
Yeah.
Because even in those commonly cited examples, we still have the brands Kleenex and Q-tip.
Yeah.
Or like another example is like,
it's gonna make sense being like, you don't want to be the first one to happen to.
Yeah. Another example that people commonly cite is Velcro is a trademark term, with the generic equivalent being hook and loop fastener.
Yeah, Band-Aid is
a brand name that has been genericized to hell and back, but they still have the Band-Aid brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I think of it the same way that I think of when people are like, "Oh, Nintendo has to take down all the fan games because they have to protect their IP," and I'm like, "Well, why doesn't anyone else have to do that?"
Hey. Something fishy's going on.
Like, technically, there's legal precedent for like, oh, if you don't violently go out of your way to protect any unauthorized, to defend against any unauthorized use of your brand or trademark, then you could lose it. But like, I can't think of a single instance where that's happened outside of like, you know, obviously public domain stuff where that's due to the trademark and copyright expiring over time, not due to failure to protect its usage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know one thing that really bugged. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, like if my mom sees any giant robot, despite the fact if it's a transformer or not, a giant transforming robot, she's gonna call it a transformer because that's what she knows it to be.
Look at our media when we were talking about the Japanese Gundam. It's like Japan's new Transformers statue, and I'm just like, oh Christ!
Yeah. Or another example that was more prominent in the 80s was once again applying to Nintendo was they had a strict policy for vendors of their consoles and games that they were not to refer to the NES or the Super Nintendo as a Nintendo. They are a Nintendo Entertainment System, a Nintendo Game Boy, and a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. There is no product called a Nintendo.
I mean, that's kind of fair.
Because everyone at the time was calling all video game consoles Nintendos.
Oh, is that your cute little new Nintendo?
Like, yeah, like, more recently that irks me is that a Bionicle fan game that was actually nearing completion, and it's been worked on for almost a decade now, got shut down because Lego was basically sending out a letter to cease and desist, and it's like
from my understanding of what
using it.
From my understanding of why that happened, even though Lego had given their tacit approval to it before, was that there was a change in leadership that caused a change in policy.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. I was like, I don't know the full
hello,
detail,
Mind Wipe.
Angry? No, Mind Wipe.
Was this the voice you imagined for Mind Wipe?
Not really, no.
No.
Not really, but it's not one I wouldn't think.
I'd see this more for
I
like
would think of
Ratbat,
like
honestly.
just Autobots, I'm just thinking of like the Japanese voice is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I would have thought more Transylvanian because
yeah,
yeah, like just a lower voice with a Transylvanian. And that makes sense.
Your circuits are under my power light speed. You will back away. Back away.
I mean,
or
there's a reason that they used Mind Wipe to make
Draculus.
The Dracula crossover. Draculus. Yeah.
I want them to continue that so badly. I want a Wolfman.
A Wolfman and
a Janie Jr. Transformer.
Yeah. Out of like the Weird Wolf mold. Yeah.
If they don't make it out of Weird Wolf, then make it out of the Silverbolt mold.
Huh?
I mean, I could see that too.
You know, if they want a more organic looking wolf.
Though.
And the tail feathers.
Yeah. They'd have to remold a few pieces.
Well,
of it, but I could see
it wouldn't be the
first.
It wouldn't be the first time that they've remolded a figure for that line. They did that for Draculus to make it not a headmaster anymore, right?
Yeah, and they did the same thing too.
I thought it was a headmaster.
Nope, it's not a headmaster.
Really?
And they also did something similar with Impactor by turning him into Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, Frankentron. Yeah.
Yep, Frankentron. Yep.
I didn't pick that one up. I kind of wanted to, but like I don't know. I just never got around to it. Do you have it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've got that, and I've got Dracula. Surprisingly enough, Draculus is my headcanon a Decepticon Imperial Governor.
Okay, but like if we do get a Wolfman, what about which one would be the Mummy?
That's a harder one to do, honestly.
That is a harder one to do. They're going to go all deluxe routes.
You know, honestly, one with a faceplate would work best because, like, it would just kind of like emulate the face wrappings.
Yeah.
Well, they're not always just straight up repaint. Sometimes they do sculpt a new head.
Yeah.
True.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Most of the time,
Dracula's-
actually, each one of
Actually,
Dracula's
each
and
one of them
Frankenstein
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dracula's and Frankenstein have different heads, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see them do that. But like, what would be a good vehicle form for it, though? Is the question.
I'm looking at deluxes. Hold on.
I mean,
Not saying just deluxes. Like maybe even
They're
a
all
Voyager.
deluxes at the moment, so.
Out of the
so we're,
Universal Monster ones, yeah, they've all been deluxes.
Yeah, the Universal Monsters have all been deluxes so far.
like, I don't know, maybe they could alter a car into like a to transform into like a hearse or something. I don't know.
Or they could just use the Ecto 1 mold.
Yeah,
Which that itself is already like a retool of another one,
heavy
right?
retool.
Yeah.
Like basically all of the early like car-based crossover molds were basically just remolds of the of like the Lambos and that whole group for a while.
The Time Machine DeLorean, yeah, it was just a heavy tool of Siege Sideswipe.
The thing that surprised people from what I've seen, at least, I don't have the figure in hand to compare, but like out of all of them, Kit ended up being the most original in terms of mold.
They could probably do
Which one?
The Knight Rider one.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like almost an entirely new mold. Like,
And it's got electronics.
Yeah, it's like the first one in like forever to have that. That's like smaller than
they could probably do kickback because of the whole locust and mummies thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I could see that.
I actually would think that that they would probably do it more based off of a scarab. So I probably think that they'd probably do something with either bombshell or
an Insecticon seems likely.
Yeah. I don't know why we didn't think of that. We were all thinking.
I was like, duh. Yeah.
We were all thinking vehicles when only one of the Universal monsters so far has turned into a vehicle.
Yeah,
Frankenstein. I mean, they could definitely use like one of the squad Insecticons to do that. That would probably work much better.
If anything, I could see them using Bombshell's mold to be like the mummy.
It's a good beetle.
Yeah, it's a very good beetle.
Watch they make it out of one of the Bumblebee molds, and people are like, what the fuck? And it's like, because he turns into a beetle, guys.
Oh no.
That is the kind of thing I would do if I was in charge.
Boo.
But yeah,
that is an awful decision, but they definitely would do it.
They would. That's the worst part.
They would do anything to sell a Bumblebee remold. I know they would.
They would.
They also probably could do one of the rock guys and just remold the rock texture to be like.
Oh yeah, I forgot that those were a thing because nobody's been fucking talking about them.
No one talks about them. No one.
It's like how people gassed up fossilizers, but then nobody gave a shit about them.
Yeah,
and they're actually pretty cool, honestly.
All right.
I gave
fossilizers are a cool concept if you're specifically into dinosaurs. They don't make for good visual interactivity with anything from that line because they just look like you're stapling bones to robots.
I agree with you, but there's this guy that I follow on YouTube called Botbender Orange, and he does some really cool combinations with the fossilizers.
The fossilizers combine great with each other, definitely.
Yeah, and not even necessarily with just each other. He does it with different characters. Like he takes some of the different colored ones that were like exclusives, and he makes some really cool combinations with them. Like just check out his channel. He's really cool.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, but going back to the Insecticon thing, I've heard rumors that like the next dramatic capture, like the second half of that Thundercracker with Reflector and everything, that whole thing. I've heard that like this one's like part 1. We're supposed to get like a part 2. A lot of people are speculating it's going to be Skywarp and if they do the Insecticons. At first, I was like, oh, the only one I'd probably want out of it is Bombshell, because he might be, like, more quote-unquote cartoon accurate. But even then, do I really like... Yeah, the thing is, like...
It's really hard to do that, though, because, like, he had 2 entirely different decos in both Robot and in Beetle mode. So it would be kind of hard to do that.
Right. So I'm like, honestly, I like the fact that I like the Legacy version, more just for the fact it's all uniform, so you can tell that it's like, okay, yeah, they're of the same.
You know who it is for sure, yeah. But it's definitely not completely accurate.
Yeah. But another thing that brought
it's kind of obvious too what they would make the Invisible Man into.
Nothing.
No, they would use Wheeljack, the whole mad scientist thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, his head kind of does look like the wraps that the Invisible Man would wear around his.
They would also make him entirely out of translucent plastic.
Yes, they would. They would.
How else would they get across that he's supposed to be invisible? Just like, how are you supposed to know it's Ghost Starscream unless he's made out of the second most fragile plastic we can go with?
Yeah, but I want to play with those.
Another thing that's like for me, like I'm actually kind of hoping they do this. If anything, the reason why I would only go in on this dramatic capture series pack if they did this with the Insecticons. Whereas like particularly with Kickback, they actually painted his wings to be silver instead of the see-through plastic that they are on the Legacy version, just because.
Well, that's more like actual insect wings.
I get that, but the problem is
speak of the Insecticon devils. There they are.
Yep.
Firo in chat said, nah, if they're gonna release a ghost figure, just make the box art and everything, but no actual model in the box. That's the kind of thing I would do. That'll be $55. It's a leader class.
Sell you air.
It's a leader class figure. The first leader class of the Universal Monster crossover figures. So $55. What's in the box?
Use the new Venom figure for the Mummy. The Venom figure coming out.
I mean, that's supposed to be a cicada, though.
I mean,
cicada? I hardly know her.
All right.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
I mean, it kind of looks more like a locust than anything.
I mean, what is a locust if not a wrong cicada?
No, it's a grasshopper. Like locusts are just grasshoppers that transform into that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see who we got here.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Blitzwing!
Ground and air
commander.
This far so easy. Those other Decepticons are completely worthless.
Also, creature from the Black Lagoon, Sharktacon.
Yeah, they could definitely do that.
Burn us up?
Or an Alicon.
That's not nice, is it?
Yeah.
I think an Alicon would work better, actually.
Alicon wouldn't be as, like, spherical looking.
Yeah.
Plus, it would be a good reuse of that very specific mold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know this is barely a Universal monster, but like, if they were to make a Jaws, the obvious answer would be, Skybite Watch them make it a Sharknicon, just so they can make it the easier to reproduce mold.
Yeah, just like remold the face a little bit. It's just a shark with arms and legs.
A Sharkticon. What they remold the Sharkticon face so it's less spherical and is kind of elongated, so it looks like a Sharkticon with like a hair lip or something.
Oh God,
Jesus.
I definitely think that they wouldn't be that stupid. I think that they would definitely go with Skybite for Jaws crossover.
I know. I'm specifically thinking of the dumbest possible options.
It's fun. It's fun.
I mean, thankfully Hasbro hasn't done. I'd say never, but thankfully they haven't done it in recent lines, at least that I know of here. Sure, some of their more collector-based stuff. But I know, like, I was gonna say Takara. Like, if you say Takara, it's like, well, you know, I don't like what are those? You know, the Godzilla, Mechagodzilla figures, the one that you got.
Yeah, those are shit. The Mechagodzilla, that's just a truck. The Kiryu Mechagodzilla, the best Mechagodzilla, and it's just a truck.
It is literally the best Mechagodzilla. It is my favorite.
The best Mechagodzilla conceptually and design-wise, it's just a fucking truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
You couldn't even use They couldn't even use like one of the monster bots for it. It's it for Mechagodzilla. Nah, let's just use that Laser Prime mold again. It's probably fallen to pieces by now, but sure.
I know, dude.
It's a good mold, but it's been overused too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I get they wanted to do, like, Optimus versus Megatron, but this is not the time to do it.
Like, honestly, Optimus, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, Godzilla is not evil. He's just a force of nature.
Yeah.
That's all he is. So it's like them just stereotyping Godzilla as Megatron makes no sense.
It makes less sense but like the Kiryu part of the set pisses me off the most, because it's like
it does,
because it's like, oh, so Megatron Godzilla gets a new head sculpt, but
the Black Lagoon.
No,
Skull
it's not.
Smasher.
It's actually not a remold. That's actually Sludge's head.
Well, either way, they at least put a different head on it. Whereas Kiryu is just, it's Laser Prime, but it's gray.
It's all silver. It's like the laziest repaint I've ever seen. Like, I could have done that. I literally could have done that.
I could have done that with a can of spray paint. There's my Kiryu.
Also, I have a Laser Prime. I have a Kiryu.
It's like, you trying to say Red?
Skull Smasher for Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I can see that.
Skull Cruncher.
Skull Smasher is what it was renamed. For yeah, in Titan's Return, it was called Skull Smasher.
Oh really? I thought that they. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it was Skull Smasher. Problem.
That was it. That was in the era before.
Even back then.
I wasn't
that was a pretty good figure even back then.
Time, so it makes sense. I didn't.
That was in the era where they hadn't quite figured out the cheat code of just put Autobot or Decepticon in front of the name.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, oh, we finally got a new Octane that's not called Tankor. What are we going to call it? Octone.
Yep.
Oh no.
They're gonna do that now.
That's bad.
That's what they did
already.
I know.
That's what they did in Titan's Return. They just called it Octone.
That's bad. Really bad.
Like, yes, it's legally distinct. It's one letter off.
Good enough.
Approved.
Where we won't get sued.
Like it's like how there was that like 2013 era Generations grapple, where the way that they were able to call it grapple without putting Autobot in front of it was to grapple. Solar Storm grapple.
Yeah, I remember that.
What was Solar Storm about it?
They just thought it sounded cool. It's like, dude, you know what would be awesome is if we named it Solar Storm Grapple.
Like I like to headcanon that if we were to get like a multiversal crossover of all the grapple incarnations, Grapple would be the one with the French accent.
Yeah.
Ho, 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 my name is Clapel.
My name is Clapel.
Oh, I'm French, and my name is
Is he French?
Clapel.
Is he French? No, he just likes the accent.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't like the accent.
He's the complete no. He's the complete opposite of Hot Rod from.
Oh,
from
no, but he
last
just
night.
embraces it. Okay.
Yeah, he embraces it. Yeah.
How would we do the other two most known ones, which would be the Phantom from Phantom of the Opera and Frankenstein's Bride?
Fan.
Oh, hold on.
No.
God damn it, Volby!
I've given up on seeing anyone else again. I'm a great driver, but I don't.
He never sounds like that.
Espionage, Bumblebee.
It's the tiny warrior Bumblebee.
It's the tiny warrior Bumblebee.
It's the tiny warrior.
He is always the first.
Optimus, why are you just talking, man?
The Autobot officer of espionage.
You okay, Bumblebee?
A scout?
Notch.
What's up, Commander? Come on, this is me we're talking about. I'll help you out from here.
Okay, so
Joined your party.
while Optimus has got us carried on like the thighs and hips, Bumblebee's got us carried on the massive chest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't classify that because he sounds like a child, so I'm deeply uncomfortable.
No. He's like
Sounds like a teenager. Yeah.
so he's your average anime character. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
Soft-spoken anime boy character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that Senpai realizes, senses me. Yeah, kind of
Never
like that.
do that again.
I hope that Convoy Senpai notices me.
I will leave.
Sure was. We can't let those Decepticons destroy the peaceful culture of this planet.
This planet is uninhabited as far as we've seen.
Yeah.
There is nobody.
You know, to be fair, the same thing happened in Transformers Devastation as well. Like, they talked about humans, but we never see them.
Yes, but at least we knew that humans lived there and that it was Earth. This is supposed to be basically a planet of nothing but power plants.
That's run by. That's run like remotely. Yeah.
Yes.
Just contaminants. No way.
Which is why I think that this might have been a different game, and they just changed the story without changing certain dialogue parts.
Let's go help out somewhere else.
They could do the Chromia for Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. They could just like fill in the like spaces in her crown.
We know exactly what they would do, though. They would make it NRC.
Oh yeah, yeah, they definitely do that.
Or a Nightbird.
And the Phantom, I don't know. They'd probably make it out of a Seeker.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
that fits his like stature though. Really, if you think about it.
I'm trying to think of how they would incorporate the iconic mask to the Phantom.
But also, yeah, would they do the full face mask or would they do the musical half?
No. Hold on. They would make it a hot rod with the flip out goggles as his mask.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
like, if it is if it's a Seeker though, I could see them using Starscream, the Earthrise Starscream, just for the fact is that he comes with a cape as it is.
Well, the Earthrise doesn't. It's only the Coronation set that does.
No, honestly, I think that what they could do is that they could make it like a partial off of Dirge. Like the Dirge version of the Earthrise mold, and incorporate the cape from the Coronation set. They could do that.
Yeah. I mean, I have Earthrise.
That way you could fold the or actually no, it would probably be the Ramjet mold, because you can fold the wings forward towards his feet. And it could look like a trench coat.
Oh yeah, it could, yeah. But yeah, like I have both a retool of actually repaint of the Coronation Starscream figure and the Earthrise figure, and the Coronation gear actually fits perfectly fine on the Earthrise.
It does. Yeah, it's literally just the same thing. It's just different hands. That's literally the only difference. And a couple of different applications.
Paint apps. Yeah, paint apps are different. Hands are different, but that's it.
Yeah, that's really the only remolded part on the leader class figure.
The power plant is being attacked by the Decepticons.
I just noticed that Optimus is standing kind of pigeon-toed because his thighs are facing outward.
The Decepticons are stealing energy from it.
Those vicious Decepticon creeps.
Like I didn't think it was possible to man spread while standing up, but he is doing it.
Yeah, he is doing that. He is actively doing that.
By doing that, they are
Optimus or Jazz?
Optimus.
Sorry, did he say turbine when he meant turbine?
Yes. And yes, I mean Optimus. Look, his junk is on full display. He is spreading.
That's what I said. Like, should we censor this? Because like he's rocking out with his cock out. I mean, like,
at least wearing a Speedo, like a loose fitting Speedo.
No, yeah, he's wearing a Speedo, but one of his nuts are poking out of the side.
Yeah. He's wearing a banana hammock. Let's be honest.
Ah, jeez.
He's taking fashion lessons from the Todd from Scrubs. No one's allowed in the Autobot shuttle without a banana hammock.
Also, Van Helsing, Hound.
Yeah, Hound. I could see Hound.
I could see Hound, yeah.
Depends on the Van Helsing incarnation.
I mean,
there's been a few, yeah.
Yeah, there has been a few.
Because you know the action movie Van Helsing is not a Universal property. I don't think.
Oh, you mean the one
with Hugh Jackman?
With Hugh Jackman, yeah.
The one with Hugh Jackman, not to be confused with Tiny Ackman.
Do you like to fly?
Or Huge Axeman?
Yes.
Or Huge Yak Man.
Huge Jack,
so he throws up a lot. Huge Yak Man.
No, he's a huge.
No, like a huge yak.
So this is the power.
Oh.
It looks awful hot inside.
So a yak from Yakistan.
Wait, Optimus, you mean to tell me that the geothermal plant is hot?
It will excite the magma, causing a terrible.
Don't say.
Let's hurry and stop.
It looks like the magma.
Autobots, forward.
It just doesn't hit right.
It does not work.
Froze it again.
Oh no!
Autobots.
Those things!
There we go.
Of course it's a time bomb.
Remember, you can double jump. You can double jump.
I only need to do that in the last level. This time I have to clear out all the Decepticon soldiers within the time limit. Because it's always a time limit.
It's always a time limit.
There's always a fucking time limit.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious me.
At least it gives me exactly 250 seconds to defeat them all. Which is a very specific amount of time.
I was gonna say the same thing. It's like, that's oddly specific.
Like, that's... Oh, God, I have to do... That's 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Why is such a weird number?
I don't know. Why anything in this game? I don't know.
Why not just even it up to an even 30 seconds more, like 20 seconds more and make it 30?
Actually, there is an answer to that. We don't know.
One for me and one for me.
Motormaster, hello?
Oh, Motormaster. Wow.
Motormaster is just a generic grunt.
Wait, they could probably use the new Hearts of Steel Starscream for the Phantom.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah,
get some more use out of that mold.
Oh, for the Phantom? Yeah. No,
Or they could use the Bumblebee Seeker mold.
Yeah.
Bumblebee Seeker / Blitzwing mold.
Yeah.
Oh, Bumblebee movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got confused there for a second.
Yeah, it gets confusing when you're talking about Studio Series Bumblebee. Are you talking about Studio Series Bumblebee movie line, Studio Series Bumblebee movie Bumblebee figure, or any of the Studio Series Bumblebees from other Transformers movies?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
It's very confusing.
To be fair, he didn't have exactly the most interesting named movie ever.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't even called Transformers Bumblebee. It was just called Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Jeremy Johns doing a review on that movie, and he said it was an okay movie, but it would be forgotten in like a couple of T-10 seconds. And I'm like, to be fair, while I really liked the movie, he is kind of right.
It was the second,
exactly the most.
I will say this about the Bumblebee movie as someone who enjoyed it. It is the second best version of the Iron Giant that we've ever gotten.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
But there's only two. If we count that.
Yes.
Point,
I know.
right?
That's the joke.
That's the point.
I'm saying it's just the Iron Giant.
Again, just smaller.
He's still giant, just not as giant.
And not as like, well, no, yeah, he did have that murder.
He got murdery.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
There was human military involved.
Yeah. And the movie was basically just a retelling of E.T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so was the Iron Giant.
I mean, I've seen worse retellings of E.T. I've seen Nuki.
Oh, yeah. Mort and Me.
Mac and Me.
Mac and Me, that's it. Yeah.
Remember, it's called Mac and Me because it's sponsored by McDonald's.
What?
I don't know if you're being serious or not.
I'm not joking. The movie has heavy product placement due to having its funding being sponsored by McDonald's and Coca-Cola. There is a whole scene that takes place at a McDonald's that features an extensive choreographed dance sequence at the McDonald's. That starts before they get to the McDonald's. Everyone's already dancing at the McDonald's when they get there, as if that's just something you regularly do at McDonald's. When no, as we all know, the only time you rock out at McDonald's is when you're at Rock and Roll McDonald's.
I don't understand that reference.
It's
I've only seen-
okay. Rock and
I've
Roll
only seen
McDonald's.
MST3K,
I'm about to
but-
send you down a rabbit hole. Rock and Roll McDonald's, as I know it, is a song by a like cult artist named Wesley Willis, who would write like very basic songs built around like stock keyboard loops that were built into his keyboard, and he would have lyrics that consisted of him like talking about advertising and marketing and stuff, just spoken word over for the verses, and then the chorus would just be the title of the song sung off key, very loud, in a repetitive manner. He was a Chicago native. He had schizophrenia. He was signed to Def Jam Records, the same record label that put out a lot of famous rap albums. And Rock and Roll McDonald's was, one, him talking about like the advertising and unhealthiness of fast food, and two, a tribute to a very specific luxury McDonald's in the Chicago area that was 50s rock and roll themed.
I'm guessing that one no longer exists.
Sadly, no.
Basically, just like the Hard Rock Cafe no longer exists here anyway.
Some Hard Rock cafes still exist, just not everywhere.
Yeah.
There's one.
Like, I've been to one in AC like a few months ago.
Yeah, there's one in Myrtle Beach that shut down because they switched buildings to one that's right next to it. So the one that used to be in the really cool pyramid-shaped building is no longer the Hard Rock Cafe. That's used for something else. Now the Hard Rock Cafe is in a more standard building.
Yeah. Yeah, the sad fact is, like, the Hard Rock Cafe here was just like, it was okay. It was all right.
Let's be honest. You don't go to Hard Rock Cafe for the food. You go there for the atmosphere.
Yeah, and like
And
I've
if
only
it's
gone
in
there.
your area, you go there for the casinos, baby.
I mean, I went there twice, and both times were with my ex, and both times were for her birthday, and that was really it. That was the only reason I went there, because she wanted to go there.
You want to know the only dinner date I ever went on with one of my past romantic partners? This was while it was a long distance relationship, like most of mine have been.
Yeah.
And this is while we were meeting up at a convention. We went to Hooters for our first date.
Right.
That was her idea because she likes the wings and she liked looking at boobs.
I mean, my ex did the thing. Like,
Fair enough,
it
man.
wasn't our first-
I can't
it was
fault
not
that
our-
logic.
I don't know what my ex was thinking. Like, I would have to actually go back and ask, because she would probably remember why I do not. It was her idea for us to go there. My best assumption is that she wanted to test me and see if I was actually going to be faithful to her. My eyes were going to be wandering, and I was like, girl, you do realize that my eyes tend to wander.
Meanwhile, I was like, I'm not really all... that was my first time at...
See, my eyes never stay in one place.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, my girlfriend at the time, she was totally checking out the waitresses. I'm like, I'm not impressed because, like, low-key, you're more stacked. And that's how I knew it was meant to be until it wasn't.
Till it wasn't. Jesus Christ.
Look, in my defense, I dodged a bullet because most of the time we were together at the convention, rather than doing any, like, romantic partner stuff, she spent her time arguing with a fairy companion that only she could see because I'm not attuned to magical creatures like she is. Those are her words, not mine.
So she's crazy.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Got it.
Oh.
Transform!
Snapdragon.
Not the kind of voices I would.
Fools, but it's time for you to go home.
Snapdragon would make for a good either Godzilla or Mechagodzilla rather than
Yeah.
either of the ones they went with.
I mean,
But to be fair-
Grimlock wasn't a bad choice.
Grimlock wasn't a bad choice if they retooled him further, gave him the proper dorsal spines.
Yeah, they did nothing, and that pisses me off to no end.
Hell, wasn't Snapdragon like directly based off of Godzilla? Because like
It was.
So,
with him and Ape Face, it's supposed to be Godzilla and King Kong,
Yep.
yeah.
and they didn't go with
Exactly.
Snapdragon for what reason? They didn't go with the Godzilla-based one for the Godzilla figure.
I think
I don't
it
know
was
why
like,
Snapdragon hasn't been used since Snapdragon. Like that mold has
And they're
not been used.
And they're all about
since then.
reusing molds nowadays.
Oh, I know.
I think, and this is just me like going off hearsay, but I think what I heard was that Toho was like very stingy about what Takara could use.
So it's thanks to Toho that we get. It's thanks to Toho that we get an absolute wasted opportunity.
That is what I've heard. I don't know if it's accurate, but that's what I heard.
You know, that tracks. That tracks.
It does track. Yeah,
With Toho, it tracks.
if Takara had full control of what they were going to do, you know they would have gone with a better choice. It's very rare that Takara ever makes a bad call when it comes to the molds that they use.
Yeah, for like crossovers,
yeah.
They made a unique mold for a Darth Vader and then never made any more Star Wars Transformers that were of, quality.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they did redo the Millennium Falcon a couple of years ago in like 2018, and it's a better version of the one that we got in 2008.
I didn't even know that they redid the Millennium Falcon because I never saw anyone talk about it.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's why they didn't. That's why they haven't done anymore, because nobody talked about it.
Well, maybe if they weren't Japan exclusive, people would talk about them.
I mean, Emgo got one, but just
yeah, but I only watch Emgo for just transforming.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Optimus, why are you dabbing on him? He's already beaten.
Because he wants his pizza bagels.
I understood that reference.
Okay, Captain America.
I didn't.
Emgo does this thing with Optimus all the time where he wants pizza bagels.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's the shtick.
I forgot what Megatron is once. Is it like
burritos?
Burritos, that's right.
It's getting a lot hotter. It's almost like we're in a geothermal power plant and we're going deeper into it.
It's almost like we're doing something incredibly dangerous and stupid.
What they have to go all the way to the heart of the power plant to keep the Decepticons from taking over the power plant, even though they are already the ones that are here, which means they have taken over the power plant. Did I just get drop kicked by a Constructicon? Holy shit!
By Long Haul.
I just got drop kicked by Long Haul. Holy shit! These are not how Transformers would usually fight, and I am all here for it. I'm just expecting to see you.
For a random drop kick in a fight.
It's very much how they fight in Japanese G1. In like the series after American G1 ended, they fight like
so headmasters.
Yeah, so headmasters and
Headmasters
on.
Well, I mean, they do have a Chuck Norris roundhouse kick as one of your basic moves.
Yeah.
Now, if only they would give us like a pile driver. But there's no grapples in this game because that would be too cool.
I think that they did that in I think that they did that in Japanese G1.
Motormaster's now a mook.
Yeah, he's been a mook. He's been a mook since the beginning of this stage.
Mook.
This is also where we've started encountering the Constructicons in the place where they cannot combine. And before you get excited, no, there is no boss fight against Devastator.
Then why are they here?
They're here to be generic mooks. You know, like you do with the Constructicons, and not like, oh, I don't know, Reflector, the guy who is a generic mook.
It looks the same.
Like, yes, let's take the combiners and make them generic mooks.
Like, I can understand, like, the Decepticons being, like, not really generic mooks, but, like, you know, thugs, yes, because, you know, that's pretty much what they are. Yeah, they're a bunch of...
It's kind of hard... It's kind of hard to do a beat 'em up game with Transformers because there's so many unique characters. And
then they shouldn't have made it a beat 'em up game to begin with.
I agree. I don't think that they should have done this either.
Like it's like how our only Dinobot representation in this game, like even Grimlock, is just as mooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they should at least be, like, heavy hitters. If not a boss, then definitely, like...
Like, part of the reason this game is so monotonous, and I say this as someone who has played it probably more than anyone else in history has, there's no variation in enemy types, they're just model swaps. There's no, like, oh, these are your fast but light characters, these are slow but strong characters, these are your grapplers. No, they all do the same thing. They all just come up to you and kick you in the shins.
You know what? Devastation did like the perfect middle ground between the two, where it's like they didn't use unique styles, but they also uniquely colored the mooks in Devastation.
Yeah, and they created their own.
One came out around this time.
Yeah, because the Flyers are just cone heads and the ground troops are just the power dashers.
But they're not like specific. They're not specific named.
Power chargers, yeah.
They're not specific named characters. They're generic versions of them.
Ground troops and seekers. Yeah, that's literally all that they
and I'm
are.
actually, I'm gonna get my hands on at least. I don't know about. I don't know if they'll actually give us like the 3 different types of seekers that we saw in the game, but if they do, I'm definitely going to pick up all 3 of them. If not, then I'll probably just get the
one that's already out.
I was gonna get 3 copies of the one that's already out because I want to bulk up my Decepticon and army display anyway. So. That's like that's also why like when I get the Reflector figures from that dramatic capture.
Didn't the MC1 come out around this time?
The MC1 came out 2 years before this.
Yeah, so they had the different enemy types down by then. But not this game.
This came out the same year as DMC2.
Yeah. Okay, well now that makes more sense. Now that makes more sense. That makes more sense. Okay, never mind.
Like yeah, like I would actually like with the dramatic capture series, I intend to get. I'm gonna take the reflectors, and I actually thought about selling the siege ones, but then I was like, no, I'd keep them as quote unquote photons, because more bots to bulk out the army.
Yeah, because you'll have Reflector and Refractor, which will be 2 different versions.
It's not...
Yeah.
My name's not Reflector, it's Reflector. It is pronounced differently, therefore it is legally distinct. The best kind of distinct.
You and your legal...
Red, are you okay?
It's just...
Watch it be like that. No. That's their new way of how they're able to use non-trademarkable names instead of having to put Autobot or Decepticon. It's like they put an accent over one of the syllables.
Syllables.
An accent upon the wrong syllable.
You put an accent upon the syllable.
They just put an umlaut above some of the letters just randomly.
No. That's for when they do the Knights of Unicron.
Alright.
When they run out of Shattered Glass and other like previously con exclusive sets to do homages to, and they do the Knights of Unicron.
Hey Ari,
Honestly,
have you ever seen the mockumentary that MGO made for the Knights of Unicron?
No, because I don't watch much MGO besides just Transform It.
Okay.
No, but he did this. He did it like long before he did the Just Transform It.
Yes, and I didn't watch him much back then.
Fair enough.
So, after the stream tonight, let's just watch it really quick. It's not very long, and it's
okay.
Have you ever seen Spinal Tap?
Of course I have. What self-respecting metalhead hasn't seen Spinal Tap?
It's very much in that vein. It's very funny.
I said self-respecting, not self-hating.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I don't like myself.
No, none of that. Shame on you.
No, none. Yeah, don't do that, dude.
I'm fucking with you.
We build each other up in here when we're not tearing each other down as a joke. Hey, you have to build something up before. You have to build something up before.
Chuck said to me was that he laughed at my Motormaster audition.
Hey, you know what they said?
First conversations I've had with this man.
Hold on, who we got here?
I seriously did not mean to come off like a jerk, but looking back at
Shockwave.
myself then
This early.
With you, dude.
I know, but
We get more Shockwave.
I'm very self-conscious, as you know.
Same.
I am gathering energy for my Lord Megatron. Expect no mercy if
He would be a good Invisible Man. Honestly, Shockwave.
We will stop you from plundering this planet.
Oh,
They both do the
also play Shockwave too.
Autobot, let's settle this now.
The fight begins.
What do you think of this Shockwave voice? Because we didn't get to hear much of him in. We didn't get to hear much of him in the Decepticon story because he showed up for like all of one cutscene.
It's not. It's.
I didn't know that anyone redeemed the hydraulic press. So let me fix that. I have to manually reset it.
Like I moved my hand and you're like, oh, he's gone. I was like, what did that happen?
Yeah, that's a new redeemed I have. You can squish me in a hydraulic press.
I know.
You're welcome.
The only thing it's missing is stock metal music and extremely heavy Finnish accents.
Yeah. Oh, I love Sabaton. You're saying that, like, I know they're Swedish, but like, I love Sabaton, man.
I'm talking about the hydraulic press channel, which are a Finnish couple.
I know, but like, the metalhead and then hearing like a European accent thing, it just made me think of Sabaton, and I was like, oh, I love that band.
If you like Sweden and you like metal, you should watch Joel from Bind Sauce. Or Varg Skeletor, as he's alternatively known, because he's Swedish and he's a metal vocalist and guitarist.
I also listen to, and every now and then I listen to like Powerwolf, if anyone knows that.
I'm familiar with Powerwolf. I've never really like listened to a lot of their music, but I know of them.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong person. I'm usually more like just like underground rock and some like mainstream pop. That's pretty much the music I listen to most of the time. My sister is definitely more in that.
Yeah, most of my music is Disturbed, 3 Days Grace, and like bands like that.
Oh, so new metal or post grunge.
I like metal. Yeah.
Right,
well, new metal is a specific subgenre of metal. It's spelled NU, not yeah. It refers to like I'm explaining this to Chuck because he's not as metallically inclined as we are. But
I like metal. I like metal. I just don't know band names for metal.
Okay.
A lot of the time.
New metal is
I know who-
like new metal is a very nebulous term that's hard to define, but you know it when you hear it. Like it draws a lot of
Pantera considered that?
No, that's thrash.
That's thrash metal.
New metal is like Disturbed. Korn was really the progenitor of it. The one that solidified it was the 1-2 punch of Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit.
Wait. Linkin Park is considered new metal?
Yeah.
Really?
New metal draws a lot of new metal is known for like a mix of harsh screaming vocals with clean vocals and a lot of production that draws inspiration from hip hop.
Right. Let's head back.
All right.
So, Red, let me ask you this. What is your favorite song by Sabaton?
Before you answer, we got more Hound. He's so tiny.
Considered new metal.
Great, you came to help.
Okay.
Tell the truth.
What did you think I said?
Really appreciate the.
Dad, you said something about you about Linkin Park, and I was about to get offended.
You know what, Hound? You know what, Hound? I have to agree. I appreciate the nature in this dank. I like the nature in this geothermal power plant near the center of the planet.
Oh!
We're playing the Autobot campaign now.
Gotcha. So they can hear me or no?
Yes.
Kind of hear you.
I can hear.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Barely because of Billy Mays.
Huh? You don't have to do that. Okay, fine. Huh?
Yeah, she can hear you now. I don't have my headphones on right now.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Oh no.
Hello.
Oh no.
Hello, woman.
Hello.
I need to use.
Fetus?
I
It
need
calls me a woman, so
I know.
hello, fetus.
Hello.
Take over from.
Hello, woman.
I need to use that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we did just encounter Shockwave, so the best way to follow it up is female.
Females.
I am now Spuck. Hello.
All right, Jake, to answer your question, for Sabaton, I'm inclined for Shidoyama and Red Baron. I like those songs a lot.
Those are two of the best songs I listen to. They're actually two of my favorites, actually.
They are some of the best Sabaton songs.
So, L, do you agree? Do you agree with me and Red that Optimus Prime is like really dummy thick as far as his thighs and hips go in this game?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I gotta see. I wasn't like looking, but let me see. Come on.
Damn.
he got some thighs.
Frost.
Damn, yeah, he is. Maybe a little bit chunkier. Damn.
And also his legs are constantly angled outwards like he's trying to present.
So the blue part of his, area, it looks like he's rocking out with his cock out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Also, it's kind of funny. That bit right there with the belt kind of looks like a potbelly type thing going on there.
Yeah, the way it juts out in front of the rest of his body.
Yeah.
Like, the models in this game are certainly some of the models ever made.
It's a dad who's clearly past his prime, but hasn't realized.
Past his prime.
But he's still in his prime. Especially with them dumb.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh god. But yeah, I read another song that I really like by Sabaton. Is Stormtroopers. That's one of my favorites.
That's a good one too. That's a good one too.
I always listen to Stormtroopers. Like whenever I get the chance, I'm like, yes, Stormtroopers. Usually my first.
Stormtroopers is good. That is a good one.
And like I also enjoy listening to like Steel Commanders and the Future of Warfare. Another two another two of my favorites actually.
Anybody got a favorite Disturbed song?
Inside the Fire.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Bad Man?
Inside the Fire
Is that the name of it?
What?
I don't have my phone on me. Bad Man. At the moment.
Oh yeah. Elle, what's that name of that language app you use?
Umi.
Yeah, I've been wanting to learn some new languages, and Duolingo is ass.
I mean, Duolingo has its uses. It's just not as extensive as
It's
I would
not.
like it to
It's
be,
not.
I would
It's
say.
not at all good for learning Japanese.
No, I will suggest Umi for you then, because it takes anime and live action and movies, TV shows, literally any kind of media type presence you could think of that is Japanese in nature. They take those clips and they use that to teach you the language. And it's really freaking useful. Like, I learned so much in just a short amount of time. 1 second, I'm so sorry, I'm being called.
Anyway, the fans of Evanescence here?
I never really got into Evanescence.
I play
I don't dislike them, it's just I haven't really sat down and listened to them.
I only have like a few favorite songs by them, but I understand.
Yeah, the only song that I can say that I actually listened to by them is probably like "Bring Me to Life" because that's been used.
Like
in Japanese.
Evanescence is sort of like Weezer to me, where I can't help but think of them as a meme band because of like one song of theirs in particular getting memed to hell and back. When I know they're a serious musical act, it's like,
oh yeah,
but the memes have ruined them for me. Like,
yeah. Okay, I actually have a song for you then because it's a
what
good
about
song
3 Days
by
Grace?
them. Oh yeah, amazing, perfect
Let's
band.
Start a
I love
Riot.
3 Days Grace. Yes, I will say
Riot is
Evanescence.
great.
If you want a good song by them that's not like, you know, Bring Me Back to Life, look up Yeah Right. It's got the album picture is the main singer, and she's got like a pill on her tongue with a little, I think it's either a little smiley face or a little frowny face. But that's a really good song. That's like one song that I always go back to for
I thought
Evanescence.
you were going to say Afterlife, because I do like that song. It's the new one.
Afterlife is good too, but Yeah Right is definitely like one of my favorite songs.
Okay.
Evanescence.
So the more I listen to Breaking Benjamin, the more I'm like, these are all the same song.
Oh, they're so good. That and like Papa Roach. I love Papa Roach. Okay, I'm gonna have to give this back to Chuck because I'm being summoned again. Bye, y'all.
okay.
Good talk.
I
Summoned! She must away.
I summon Chuck's sister in defense mode.
You must away again? You're awaying again?
The bell calls. I must away.
You're just leaving?
And I trip on my cloak.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Planet needs me.
My work here is done.
My work here is done, but you just got here and didn't do shit.
You didn't do jack shit.
Until we meet again.
Please no.
Well, that looks like a job well done. You literally just got here and you contributed nothing. Like any boss would.
The Monogon hydroelectric power station is under attack from the Decepticons. They have the generator running at full speed so they can steal the most energy from it.
Oh, I didn't see. Firo in chat is talking about how he's been on a Kill Switch Engage kick. Kill Switch is great. They did a great, I believe it was them. They did a great version of Holy Diver that I really like. Like, it's hard to do a cover of Holy Diver because of how powerful Dio's vocals are. And Kill Switch Engage's singer matches that kind of power.
Power station is in the middle of a forest.
Although, obviously, he doesn't get into the high notes like that. He goes more into the,
blocking his face.
I hear the song Holy Diver all the time at work. I'm starting to legitimately get sick of it. That and Rainbow in the Dark.
What you got against Dio?
Also,
No, I'm just
any
saying.
Skillet fans?
I'm just saying it. Just I've
got a skillet in the kitchen.
You know what I mean.
Also, I know of Skillet more for their modern reputation of being like a divorced dad rock band.
If you want to be part of the next
They got
one,
they got R.
Like
They got R, but I still
like,
love them.
Like they're up there, like that and Five Finger Death Punch are what people are calling divorced dad rock. Oh, and Motley Crue.
There's only one song by Five Finger.
The meanest name.
But like you listen to the kind of music they make and the like kind of vibe they put on in their modern shows, and it fits like a damn glove. Like not their old stuff.
Oh man!
Like not their old stuff. Their new stuff specifically is what people are calling divorced dad rock.
I only know 2 songs.
It's mostly not because of like the music itself. It's more so because of like their attitude of being like, we're against getting canceled. You're not gonna cancel us. And it's like, dude, no one's trying to cancel you because no one gives a fuck about you. To cancel you, people
you're fine.
You're uncancelable because no one cares enough to try and cancel you.
No one gives a shit about you.
Everything is proceeding as foreseen.
Honestly, for me, the only song by Five Finger Death Punch that I actually listen to every now and again, if
I legitimately thought that said Mound.
I listen to my Nemesis every now and then because I just kind of like.
Honestly, Bad Company gives me like, I told my ex this when we were dating, when she first introduced me to that song. She's the one who told me about it, and I started listening to it. I immediately thought of Prime Wheeljack and like the Wreckers in general. Like I was thinking, like, yeah, this kind of fits Prime Wheeljack as like his theme song.
Finally, he said "roll out." He finally said "roll out," and it still hit.
It just wasn't working.
He finally said "roll out," and it still doesn't hit right.
No.
Also, oh boy, I love taking pot shots from enemies I can't see.
I can't see.
I broke my glasses and I can't see. Goddamn it!
I can't see them.
I fell down the stairs and my shoes fell off.
I can't
broke
see.
My Microsoft Dinosaur Steven D and cut me up all over my body.
I hear that, and I know this isn't what it's referencing, but all I can think of with, like, that comical amount of misfortune and injury is, like, I was born with glass bones and paper skin every morning.
It's a Jerky Boys reference.
Yeah, I never listened to the Jerky Boys because I'm not from the area. But, it's like I was from SpongeBob. I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my arms, and every evening I break my legs. I lie awake in agony every night until my heart attacks put me to sleep.
The
best part is that
a living hell. Hell would be nicer to him.
It wasn't real because it was.
The best part is that it was all a scam.
Chocolate.
I know.
He's a scam artist. He's not an entrepreneur.
If that guy did exist, I think hell would be a better existence for him. Like, honestly, no matter where he goes, it's better than what he's living with.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like, I can't see. Well, why the hell not? I got my eyes closed.
I can't see. Why? My glasses are off.
The other one I'll throw into the mix, which is a very specific reference that if Kier is in chat, he'll appreciate this. I can't see with booby in my eyes.
Oh my goodness.
And,
woo! I can't help but root for Thundercracker because I love him so much.
Well, he's getting his ass kicked,
As
he is wont to do.
I know.
As is his role in life. But they don't have my brand.
so much,
I have
though.
special
I love him
eyes.
so
Look with your special eyes. My brand.
Take my strong hand. Let me take my strong hand and I'll help you. Has no one seen Scary Movie 2? Okay.
I haven't. I've only seen Scary Movie. I've only seen Scary Movie 3.
I've seen none of them.
I haven't seen any of the good Scary Movies, but I've seen Meet the Spartans in theaters.
I tried watching Epic.
Why?
I tried watching Epic Movie once, and it was awful.
Okay, Scary Movie 1 and 2 are by the Wayans brothers and are actually supposed to be funny based on what I've heard about them. Epic Movie, Date Movie, Meet the Spartans, Disaster Movie are by Seltzer and Friedberg, who got credit they got credit as 2 of the 6 writers on Scary Movie 1 by a complete technicality, because they did not actually write anything for Scary Movie 1. They had a script that was circulating Hollywood that was very similar to Scary Movie 1 at the time, and the studio bought the rights to it and gave them writing credit despite not using anything from it, solely so Scary Movie 1 wouldn't have any competition. And then they built their whole careers off of lying about having been 2 of the 6 writers for that movie. And
God.
They kept up a steady career of bullshit movies that were very bad. Hold on, Weird Wolf.
Oh, speaking of the Wolfman. No.
Weird Wolf.
Scrap for brains. I welcome you.
Oh
No!
That is vile. That.
Oh, fucking.
Why does he speak like Yoda? Is that a thing from the Japanese Headmaster series that he speaks like Yoda?
No, it's not.
Not that I know of.
He doesn't do that. No. He does not do that. I remember Headmaster.
Why are there 2 weird wolves? Why are there like 3 weird wolves?
There were 3!
I thought this was a boss fight, not a wolf pack.
What is this? Are we fighting Mysterio all of a sudden? What the fuck is this?
Well, that would explain the fog.
Yeah, that's it.
That would explain the fog and all the green and purple.
Time to actually like acknowledge Transformers origins in Marvel.
But anyways, Seltzer and Friedberg built up a steady career of releasing bullshit movies that all got critically savaged and that nobody liked, not even fans of bad comedies like that, until eventually they started seeing such diminishing returns that they could only release movies direct to video, and then after that failed because they couldn't get any more DVD distributors, direct to video on demand, not even streaming, and nowadays they've been trying to get a Star Wars parody made for the better part of a decade, and no one will finance it.
Meanwhile, Spaceballs is getting a sequel.
Yes, well, I mean, they've been wanting to make a Star Wars parody based off of specifically The Force Awakens, since The Force Awakens came out.
To be fair,
long time.
I'd actually be interested to hear the plot.
No, you underestimate what their movie making style is.
It would just
it would barely be a plot. It would be a series of surface level references, and that's it.
Are we talking about the guys that created?
These are the guys that created Epic Movie and Date Movie.
No, never mind.
Disaster Movie and Superhero Movie.
No, Superhero Movie was a different group and is actually better than theirs.
I actually did enjoy Superhero Movie.
Superhero Movie actually had a core idea, which is let's do a parody of Spider-Man.
Yes.
I'll be right back, Mental Chin.
Okay, out of all these weird wolves, we're now fighting the real weird wolf, apparently. So who are all these?
Right. Who are these fucks?
Who are these assholes?
But to be fair,
you can tell this is the real Weird Wolf because he's the only one that can transform.
yeah. The other ones kind of look like ROTS in a sense.
Rats
of unusual size.
Okay.
ROUTSs, yeah. ROUTSs.
Or as we call them in the city, rats.
But are they pizza rats?
Have you ever seen Princess Bride, dude?
Yes, I have. I just couldn't make out what you said.
I'm talking to Red.
No, I'm just saying rats are big in New York.
Yeah.
People say everything's bigger in Texas.
Chihuahua.
People say everything's bigger in Texas, but no, everything's bigger in New York.
It really is, yeah.
Things get really big in Texas, dude. Like,
yes, things are bigger in New York because New York has a reason to make things bigger. Things are bigger in Texas because they're overcompensating. I say that as someone who was born in Texas.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Texas is the kind of, okay, you're making things big because you're overcompensating for something. Like, it's the equivalent of getting a Hummer to make up for the fact that you have a tiny dick.
Bro.
That's Texas in a nutshell.
Everyone, here's Widget.
I can't. Hey, Widget.
Hello, Widget.
How's the good girl doing?
Yeah, she's being as good as she can be.
Last time I was over, she was just barking at me all the time.
Yeah, like she gets scared a little too easily with the fireworks and everything. It's not new people. She loves people. It's just the fact she can't. What she was barking about was the fact that she couldn't come out to, play with you. Was the problem.
She loved me the instant she met me. Why does Weird Wolf have an Energon axe?
Why not? Because fuck you. That's why.
Because it's meant to be like a unique weapon for Optimus.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
That doesn't answer the question. That raises further questions.
We're just gonna be staying in my room for a couple of nights. Just one to get her acclimated to staying up here while the 4th of July is going on.
I see.
June, because
yes, but it's June. The 4th of July is next week, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, today's the 24th, so.
You know what?
Literally.
Speaking of which, since today is the 24th, you know what that means?
What?
No, what?
Tomorrow's the 25th. Duh.
You know what's better than 24?
25.
25.
Still one of the best SpongeBob episodes.
Okay, now that we've taken care of that nuisance, let's hurry on to the power station.
Yeah, the baby has been it's also been like super hot here. So it was I'm also getting her to.
It's been hot everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but the thing is, she does not do well in heat. Poor thing is just so lethargic with the heat on.
It's kind of weird since she's all white and heat should.
Yes, but she has fur.
Yeah, but she has fur.
Yeah.
Yes, but she is fluffy. So yes,
she's a
fluffy girl.
So yeah, she's a
fluffy girl.
Nutcracker! 3 of them.
No,
not fluffy. She's wiry.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she is wiry. Yeah.
Wiry in terms of fur and personality.
Hair and then fur.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yes. Feels like my hair.
If any of the Decepticons were to get, used as generic mooks in a Transformers beat 'em up, it should be the Seekers.
Yeah.
Just not these Seekers.
Just not the ones that have names.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, we did get that one army builder pack in 23 that had a seeker that looked
It just looked like
almost exactly like Thundercracker, just like a slightly off blue from what he normally is. So I mean, you could make the argument that it's that one.
Just like we also got one of there was one of the Siege Seekers was like one of the Siege Seekers was like exactly Skywarp's color, but it wasn't Skywarp.
Oh yeah, it was Hot Link.
And then when they did do Skywarp, it looked less like Skywarp than Hotlink did.
Skywarp.
Skywarp.
Everyone, please rise. Everyone, please rise for Thew's favorite character.
Yeah.
Let's see if Thew ever decides to do Let's Plays again, we should get him to play this game because he's already done the Armada game.
Yes.
Be really funny, actually.
That would be very funny.
Like, I want to see what he has to say about this kind of peak trash.
It is very much peak trash. It's both peak and trash.
Which is why it's peak trash. No, remember his whole thing. Remember his whole thing is like he doesn't watch the shows or play the games.
He just likes the toys.
Yeah. Like he's familiar with the stories. It's just like haven't seen it, haven't played it. That's what I do.
It's just like Jobby, except Jobby does watch.
Jobby does watch it.
Like he hasn't watched a lot of the interacted with a lot of the newer stuff.
Yeah, he hasn't like really watched anything like past Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes,
Prime.
They can.
He did watch Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, he watched Prime.
Mentioning that. But like that's really the only new show he's watched.
With the Unicron trilogy, I'm like, I can't exactly blame him. Especially when it comes to Energon.
Yeah.
Armada's not terrible, it just starts off bad.
Yeah, it's a rough start. It literally starts off as a Pokemon knockoff.
It takes 15 episodes for it to get interesting, which not coincidentally is the episode that introduces Sideways.
Maybe break the turret.
Yeah.
It's not the turrets that are killing me, it's the people picking me up and throwing me while self-destructing.
Yeah. Yeah. And Sideways was really kind of the saving grace of that show. Like, was definitely
Starscream too.
Starscream definitely.
Most interesting Starscream we've ever gotten.
Which is just Thundercracker.
Yes.
Like everyone
to the point where he becomes Thundercracker.
Like everyone gives Thundercracker, Hotshot a bunch of crap, but like I actually like him.
I don't have any problem with Hotshot. He's just had a bad run of toys.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I do like the Legacy Evo version.
Well, Legacy Evo is the lone exception as far as the Armada Hotshot design goes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of the only good Armada Hotshot figure.
Yeah, because
I had the built to rule. I had the built to rule version as a kid.
Oh, you poor soul.
And the one from like 2007.
The Universe one.
Yeah, it's like it looks cool, but like
he doesn't even use his blaster.
Yeah, no one uses their built-in blasters in this game. They just pull pistols out of nowhere. And they all use the same pistol. Like Prime doesn't even use his ion blaster.
They keep kicking me in the dick.
Why? Why do they keep kicking me in the dick? They keep kicking me in the dick. Why? Why do they keep kicking me in the dick?
It's not so funny now. There's a Kakarot.
That was like one of the best movies they ever made, honestly.
Yeah, the Metacooler one was good.
Yeah, it helps that they're working with a bullshit movie, so they just had fun with it.
Yeah, and you know, one of my favorite moments was not even from that one. It was the Revenge of Cooler's Revenge.
Return of Cooler's Revenge, The Reckoning, which is the Metacooler one.
Yeah,
are you talking about Return of Cooler? Are you talking about Revenge of Cooler?
No, it's the second movie. It's the one.
So that is Metacooler, yes, the one we're talking about.
The Metacooler movie, yes. Oh, okay. So, yeah, then it's the same movie. It's the robots that just say beep, and everyone understands what they're saying.
I figured out how to beat them. We just have to hit them really, really hard.
Yeah.
If you say hit them really, really hard, I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
If you just a heads up for you guys, if you hear me saying random stuff, it's
kick them really hard.
Widget down, poor baby.
I'm gonna punch you.
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
I'm just calling Widget down. Yeah, just letting you know. It's like if you hear anything, me saying random shit, it's usually just me calling Widget down.
Okay.
I got her in my arms.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's your child, man. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the baby.
It's the baby.
Puppy kisses. Puppy kisses.
Hairy baby. Hairy baby.
I do find all dogs adorable, but I don't like petting dogs that are fur like Shih Tzus. They are not satisfying to pet to me.
My dog Olive is satisfying to pet. She has a really slick
Is it like
coat.
a wiry hair kind of feel?
Yeah,
like
where it feels like human hair.
I mean, yeah, I prefer like a softer fur myself.
Like I mean, like petting like a stroke pet, like scratches I can do.
Yeah,
I don't mind giving scratches to any type of animal.
No bites. Ah. Okay, I had to put her in her crate just because she was getting a little too wormy. Squirmy, I mean.
Squirmy.
You was being wily.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, she's not a coyote.
You know what I mean.
She's not a mad scientist.
You know what I mean, asshole.
But yes. She's a little diva.
No, man.
Dude, I can see why they made animated Motor Master into like looking like Macho Man Randy Savage because
yes,
he's like pulling some WWE
yes,
WWE kind of moves. Yeah. It's definitely it's
Oh yeah, don't use the guns that are on your arms. Pull out a pistol. Ugh.
Apparently, they've upgraded to a rapid fire model now that I don't have.
I got a burst fire gun now.
What?
I don't even know how you get new guns. I checked the equipment screen and it's like, yep, these are all the same gun.
Just with different.
No, not even with different stats. They are the exact same gun.
That is super lame, dude.
I'm sure there's some sort of equipment system to this game. I just don't give enough of a shit to look into it.
You don't care, no.
I don't blame you.
This is a game where you can beat everything that the game throws at you by kicking them in the shins.
This is not a good game.
Like, there are mechanics to it. I just don't care. That there are mechanics to learn. I just don't care to learn them because kicking them in the shins overpowers almost everything except for the roundhouse kick or your like one good super move if you're playing as Optimus or Megatron.
or doing a.
I don't even know how I'm doing that axe kick.
No, it's not even a full axe kick. It's just the start of it, but
It's not even an axe kick. It's like a chorus line kick.
It's a rocket kick.
Yeah, it's a rocket kick.
It's a ballet. It's a ballet plie, is what that is.
Okay.
Kazoon tight.
That's one.
Sorry, I took ballet for 3 years. I know way too much about it.
We remember. We don't want to remember, but we do.
I did not know that, honestly.
Wait. We just got Optimus doing a scorpion. Get over here!
You didn't hear that before. I heard it.
I didn't hear it before because we've been yapping over it.
Fair enough.
We've been talking this whole damn time.
Get over here. Okay.
Like the most aggressive that this very chill Optimus has sounded.
Yeah.
Astro Train.
Yep.
Just the most stereotypical.
It's the most stereotypical locomotive steam engine sound.
Yeah.
Wheels don't even have a full rotation animation.
Like I'm imagining the Thomas the Tank Engine music playing whenever I hear something like that.
But just like the ear rape version where it's like
yeah, exactly.
So you gotta just run them over in the train.
I mean, he could have, but they weren't thinking that.
We fought a triple changer Astro Train.
I'm pretty sure the tank is, more powerful than the train.
Yeah, it was like, and we kicked his ass.
Like, granted, the tank does have, a turret, but counterpoint, the train has chugga 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 chugga. Oh, I was joking, but okay. I didn't
turning into a train and doing that.
I didn't think he was going to actually try to chugga chugga choo choo all over us.
Why did that sound so dirty? Why did that sound so dirty?
Or man, if only Kier was here, then he could deliver one of his favorite lines that I ever wrote for him in A Bridge Among Frontier for a character he only played in one episode, which was the first episode where he played the Worm Trailmon. Choo choo, motherfucker.
Yep.
Never expected to see Astro Train do a flash kick.
Dude, my screen is like gone polygon. I'm like, I can hardly see what's going on.
That's Discord.
I've explained this already. It's just a problem with Discord and my specific GPU, and Discord needs to fix it on their end, but they just haven't. It's been a problem for over a year, and they just haven't fixed it, even though they're aware of it.
Oh yeah, we're aware of it. Are you gonna do anything about it? Nope. No.
It took them a month to fix the issue where, like, streamer mode wouldn't activate because it was detecting OBS as a game.
The fuck? Oh, poor Thundercracker, no!
This is Sparta!
Or this is Kaon, or wherever. Iacon.
Yeah,
well,
this is Iacon, yeah.
Well, technically this isn't either, because this is on a different planet, the planet Zelsamine, in the Paradius system.
Actually.
Never challenge Ari to a...
Never challenge me to an actually fight, because I built a whole performance in a fan-dub series off of an actually voice. And delivered a heart-wrenching death monologue as part of it. In that voice.
Okay.
And it managed to actually come across well, according to people that watched it.
Respect.
All right. Respect.
Also, apparently the train is mightier than the tank because the train is equipped with a rapid-fire rocket launcher. Don't you just love when the enemies get good guns and you're stuck with a pea shooter?
I thought that you just defeated these guys.
No, I died.
No, he died.
Yes, I died.
Also, that is the whitest, like, non-swear I've ever heard you say.
Dag nabbit.
Gee willikers.
Dag nabbit. Gee willikers. Golly gee.
Gosh and golly gee.
My family is awake right now. That's why I'm not.
If you want to talk really white swears, except this was in the context of Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Pardon my foul language, but I am not a happy camper.
Wow.
That's true.
Which, you know, is on brand for Carlton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carlton Banks, that's Beankes, no E.
Urkel also had a lot of moments like that, too.
Well, yeah, but it was Urkel.
Yeah.
Except for when he was Urkel.
Oh, yeah, his, like,
his cooler alter ego. His cooler alter ego, Stefan Urkel.
Yeah.
Can we appreciate how Family Matters gradually shifted away from, you know, domestic sitcom to basically just straight up sci-fi?
What?
Once Urkel became the main character, it started becoming like what wacky invention of the week is causing problems. So it shifted away from like domestic family sitcom to kind of sci-fi shenanigans.
Honestly, you know, it's been so long since I've watched Family Matters that I don't really remember.
It's also
the plot to it.
It's also easy to forget that Urkel used to be a side character that was like a running gag rather than the focal point of the show.
Honestly, I've never watched an episode where he wasn't in it, so I don't remember that.
In the early seasons, he would show up like once an episode, and that was it. And then they realized, oh, he's the best character in the show.
Oh, he's popular.
Yeah.
It's also kind of weird to watch the show as it gets on because, like, you can see that as Jaleel White started to grow up and puberty hit him like a truck, he got big. But he had to pretend to be all wimpy and scrawny.
Wasn't he the first voice for Sonic ever?
Not the first ever, but the first in a cartoon. The first ever was in some Japan-exclusive arcade games that did have English dubs for some reason, and I can do a perfect impression of what Sonic sounded like in those games.
What do you sound like?
I'm Sonic. Help me catch Dr. Robotnik.
I'm so glad we didn't go that route.
I'm glad that we never got that.
Or if you want to go even further, there's like, he has one line that he says in Sonic CD if you stand there and wait for exactly 3 minutes, where he'll become self-aware about the fact you're not playing the game. He'll say, I'm out of here! And then hop off the screen, and then you get a game over instantly, no matter how many lives you have left. It sounds like I'm making it up, but no, that is an actual feature they put into Sonic CD.
I know that one's real.
It's not that he kills himself, it's that he leaves the game because you're not playing it.
That is such a lame game mechanic.
Well,
so dumb.
It's if you don't pause the game and just stand there not pressing any buttons for 3 minutes straight, which in that case it knows you're not playing.
Okay.
It's not like, you know, if it's paused and you leave it for 3 minutes, it's not going to do that.
I was thinking that that's what it...
No, it's if you just leave the game running without pressing any buttons and without pausing for 3 minutes.
Go AFK.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go AFK without pausing the game, it's to mess with you. And as a little fourth wall breaking gag.
So it was the first AFK penalty game ever.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So proud of. Back to your Emperor of Destruction.
I've lost. I can't fight anymore. Must retreat.
It's almost like he didn't hear what Optimus just said. He said, "Get out of here."
To prevent the generator exploding. Let's check that everything is safe, then return.
Let's return to base. Don't set up at who are we going to get here? This is going to be our finale for tonight.
We finally meet.
Inspector Gadget?
Transform.
No. No.
Expecting to meet you, and it turned out just as.
Why does Highbrow sound like that?
He sounds like
Totally.
he sounds like
Inspector Gadget
he sounds like he enjoys building brown bricks in Minecraft.
in Minecraft.
It does sound like that. So fucking accurate. That is, oh god.
In Minecraft.
Decepticons are lurking. Let's hurry.
Not Minecraft.
Don't worry, Optimus. I'm always on duty.
Oh look, a free iPad. Can we agree that that is the best thing that Mike Matei has contributed to mankind? Minecraft with Gadget. Given that the other option is the Loco Bandito, which even he is disowned. Oh, we finally got a new gun!
Anything?
2 playthroughs and I finally got a new gun as a random drop.
Machine gun.
It probably looks just like the other guns.
It probably does the exact same shit.
No. The machine gun probably, I think it rapid fires, but it probably has the same model. Because let's be honest, do we really expect them to make new models?
To avoid the destruction of the
No.
No.
We can travel over water, no problem. But I really wasn't in the mood for a swim.
You don't like
Does that mean he could drive over water?
I mean, they drive in water in the show. In the
But he said we can travel over water.
that was extreme.
Yeah? Maybe I should get my board ready for when that happens again.
Oh, they're referencing that one episode from the Ultimate Doom.
Yeah, the weird thing about this game is that it has like out of nowhere references to like season 1 and 2 episodes.
Yeah.
To try and remind you, this is supposed to take place in between seasons 2 and 3.
As long as you understand.
Like, there was a bit early on in the Decepticon campaign where they referenced the immobilizer.
The danger that I might fall.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That I'm fighting in the name of peace. The fear evaporates, and I am filled with courage. That courage is the weapon that allows us to stand up to the violence and evil of the Decepticons.
We fight their violence with our own violence.
Yes. Understood, Commander.
Understood, Commander. No, it doesn't sound right. Understood,
No, it
Optimus.
does not.
It sounds wrong.
Prime or Optimus. Those are the only names he can ever go by.
Or Bossbot.
Yeah.
Or Bossbot. Yeah, Bossbot is like it's like the only exception beyond Optimus and Prime.
Because
Oh, they
everyone
did
works
make
with
a-
specific characters.
They did make another. They made a different
model.
They made a different model, and it doesn't.
Stretched Uzi though.
It doesn't look like a gun you would see in Transformers.
No,
It
it
looks-
just looks like a stretched Uzi.
Hey, Cloud. Hey, Cloud.
Wait, it looks like the normal gun, but they just added a magazine to it.
And they stretched it.
Added a magazine.
Stretched
And-
it out and added a magazine.
Well, to be fair, they also thinned out the barrel.
Yeah, they shrunk the barrel a little bit.
Yeah, they shrunk the barrel a bit, but it's not much of a difference.
No.
Let's be honest. Oh, can I not equip the machine gun? Oh, I do have the machine gun equipped. That's why I'm. You can tell I'm crashing out.
Can I not equip it? Oh, wait, I already have
it
it
is equipped.
Let's go ahead and upgrade the machine gun, because I have a feeling this is going to be horrifically underpowered to start with. You know, just me with my my ability to adjust to a game's crap.
Garage with
me and my
Lamborghini. You know what I like? You know what's more important than my Lamborghini? Knowledge.
Mileage.
Here in my garage, eating my brand new linguine.
Like the most exposure I've had to that dude.
Here in my garage, eating a panini.
The most exposure I've had to that dude came from like his random inclusion in a YouTube poop, where it's like, here in my garage, just here with this Josh.
Like, I remember seeing him in like YouTube.
Here in my garage, holding my weenie. What are you doing here?
When I saw his I saw his stuff as like a advertisement on YouTube.
Yes, that's how his video. That is how people discovered him.
We were forced upon him. We were unwilling.
I mean, I wasn't, because I had an ad blocker that actually worked.
Good for you.
I was unaware of all the meme ads that were going on at the time, because I was just like, I'm using an ad blocker.
There were so many. There were so many.
Just like I wasn't aware of the, do you mean the Legend 27?
I haven't heard that in a while.
It was for some mobile slop game. Also, new Toru figures. I'm more of a Lukoa or Ilulu fan, but I do appreciate a good Toru figure, especially since Toru gets a lot of good figures. Not like I'll be able to afford any of them, but still, I can look. I missed out on that Murasaki figure because I didn't factor in that it was going to cost $80 for shipping. All right.
I don't know about you guys. But I have legit 8 just mobile games for Transformers, because they refuse to make a full Transformers game for a console.
Well, also because the mobile games are always just basically the exact same thing every time under a different name.
Yeah, and that's what infuriates me about it, is will not put the money in, then it gets canceled.
I want some person who is like a Transformers super fan to seriously explain to me the difference between Earth Wars, Forged to Fight, and like all the others.
Forged to Fight is Earth Wars.
Forged to Fight is a fighting game.
It's a fighting game.
Wars is like an RPG.
RPG. Yeah, it's they're both crap, but they are different.
Well, Forged to Fight was fine, but like
Forged to Fight was fun for like 2 days, and then it gets boring because it's the same fights over and over and over and over and over and over again.
All right, who are we going to raid tonight? We are going to raid Yop Alonzo, who is playing Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. And I need to get rid of this pop-up from Malwarebytes. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to all my co-hosts for joining me tonight and for putting up with all the technical difficulties we had for the first, like, half hour of the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with a continuation of my watch-through of the Danganronpa fan dub I was in back in the day. Until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, the boys have caught us. We hope you like the show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
Good night, everybody.